Okay, and we should be live. Hello, everybody. Me, Lisa, and Lambo are back with another Dragon Age Inquisition multiplayer stream. How are we doing?
Hello.
Lisa and Lambo.
I am doing good, thank you.
Good.
It is winter in Australia. It is 10 degrees.
It is winter and 10 degrees in Australia. Let me check. How can you hear us all okay? We're just doing some audio checks because last time there was a really annoying sound on my end. So we just want to check that the stream is running all good. I have to do this back and forth thing, which is annoying. But yeah, how are we all doing? There we go. Okay. Should be good. Right, Lambo is here.
Yes, I checked your stream, Jack, and your microphone should be okay.
Okay, so there shouldn't be any annoying sounds. Brilliant. Cool. Let us get this kicked off then. We are raiding an Elysian chateau burning on fire. Brilliant.
Yep.
We've all been talking about
fire.
we've all been talking about Dragon Age The Missing, the latest Dragon Age comic to come back, because we haven't talked about it as a group, and I binge read it all in one. I didn't really read it issue by issue, but I didn't realize the general perception of the comic. And so we kind of just want to talk about everybody's opinions on it. I'm going to turn the volume a little bit down on this just because the audio is a little bit loud. But I'd say overall, I really enjoyed it. But I know that when I looked at my comment section, that wasn't the general consensus, which is obviously fine. But no, like, I didn't love it, and I'm really glad that I read it as like a binge. With each episode, like as one, because I think the first issue was just like, okay, nothing's happening. What's it setting up? Mm-hmm. And then the anticipation of we're finding Solas, we're going after Solas, we're going after Solas. By the way, huge spoilers ahead for The Missing if people in the chat haven't read it. But the whole issue is like, oh yeah, we're going after Solas, we're going after Solas, we're gonna find him, we're gonna find him, we're gonna save him. And then you obviously don't actually see him at all. I imagine
we
that
don't even
was
get, like, the,
massively
the
underwhelming.
Alluvion.
Yeah,
like the last one.
Like Dark Fortress, we did at least get that little tease at the end. But even
we saw him there, but
even so, I really.
We got a letter from him.
Yeah.
The main complaint I have with the comics is that it felt like a Monster of the Week series.
What's Monster of the Week? Oh, like every episode
that's like,
is
every episode. It's like a different setting that doesn't feel like a continuing story, and it's like new characters, new fear that gets wrapped up by the end of the chapter.
I feel like the pacing was very fast too. I get it, it's a comic, so they obviously can't have too much happening, I guess, but it just felt a little too fast for me.
Like one issue they're in the Great Deep Roads, next issue they're in Varantium, next issue, like every issue. Yeah. Whereas previously, like, look at the build-up in Dark Fortress, Blue Wraith, Deception, and Night Errant. It was a brilliant pacing, and every episode was centered on like one location at a time, really, and it was good.
They did also have the advantage of like a continuing story across multiple comics.
They had the advantage of time as well. To be fair, they had the advantage of actually this is a series. It's been, I think Night Errant came out, even Mage Killer, sorry, throw that in the mix. That was at least 2017, 2018, so they had a good couple of years to really solidify that narrative.
Yeah. I felt like Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I do love that they brought all the Tevinter Knights characters in.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing I loved.
That was great.
I literally audibly screamed because she was one of my favorite characters in Tevinter Knights. I really, really enjoyed Neve. And then seeing her again.
I felt like
it was cool.
For me, I liked the comic. I enjoyed reading it. But personally, I think there was a whole lot of build-up.
For nothing. And
it just ended on nothing. Exactly. I expected something, and instead, Varric and Harding got amnesia. Like, the end is what bothers me most. Because
actually, that's the biggest complaint. Yeah. Sorry, continue.
We already... They're like, oh no, we gotta find someone Solas doesn't know. It's like, dude, you knew that. Harding was there. She was in the room. You were literally in the room when the Inquisitor said that. Harding, what happened? Did you get amnesia? Did you forget? Girl.
That is actually,
and that is what bothered me most.
We gotta find someone the Inquisitor doesn't know.
And also,
don't mind me, I'm gonna go back and be the Viscount.
And to be fair, he did say it in the new trailer as well. Somebody, you know, he said that demons, dragons, darkspawn. We need a new hero. Some, you know, like he literally.
Varric knows too.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
then, what is the
Varric knows.
timeline? What is the timeline of the? It has to be post Trespasser because of the new Twin Knights characters, really.
And Varric's old as hell
And
now.
the Antam invasion as well.
He's
Yeah,
great.
you're right. You're right. The Antam invasion as well, which has been, you know, we saw in Dark Fortress, which was post Trespasser to Fashua. They hit Varantium, and in this, Varantium was absolutely under invasion. So Dark Fortress is just before the events of this comic, really. Well, not just before, but somewhat before, because they just started to invade Varantium in that comic. So, yeah, you're right. Like, it's post Trespasser. There's no excuse for that narrative for them to suddenly forget.
Yeah. That's why it was just really weird, and then also the pacing, as I said before, it just felt too fast. Especially I think it was the third issue when they were in the Arlethon Forest.
Yeah.
There was so much shit happening at once.
that was too much. It was too much.
The setting was great. I just wish they had a little more time to explore it all, because they just moved
Gravity
so
defying
quickly.
forest. Varric's turning old and dying before our very eyes.
Also-
Venatori assassin. Soulless?
And then Leopard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Varterol that didn't look like a Varterol. Very different. Like, I'm sure there is an explanation for that, but it wasn't explained in the comics. And as someone who knows the games, like, I've seen a Varterol before.
Yeah.
We've only seen
Is it
the
like
ones
an
in
ancient
Ferelden and
Varterol?
Kirkwall.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe it's because the Arlethon Forest is being like funky, it like twisted the Varterol into something else. I don't know.
That is definitely an understatement.
Yeah.
I hope we go there and see all that stuff too.
For sure.
I feel like we are. I think because they said it would lead directly into the game, so I feel like maybe this was like a preview for the things we're going to see in game. But yeah, I enjoyed it, but it was a little disappointing to me.
Yeah.
I would. There's another series to follow up on this.
Which I don't think they will. I think the intention of this was to release and then Dreadwolf like release following it.
I think so too. But...
I would love another book, but I think honestly, just given the fact that this is just a prequel, it literally advertises the prequel. What else is there? We've got Twin Knights as a prequel to this comic, introducing those characters. But now it's like, all right, this comic's releasing. You know, let's ship this comic, and then the game can follow. But clearly, I think there's been some internal delay or whatever, where it hasn't lined up accordingly or whatever, because the game was apparently coming out this year, which it isn't now, which is fine. But with this comic releasing now, and then it feeling like, okay, what's next? The game? Well, when's that coming? Another year? At least another year away? Okay.
The thing is, we don't know that it was coming out this year. There were only speculations. Because a lot of people were very upset that we got the news that, the earnings call that we wouldn't get the game this year. But BioWare never gave an official release date. So while I get the people are disappointed,
that is very true.
We never got an official release date. So
that is very true.
I don't know. I'm not upset about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it just harkens back to what Jack's been saying in almost every one of his news videos, is that they revealed it way too early.
Yeah, I think so too, but we learned from, I think it was Mark Dara in one of his streams.
There's a wall here you can kick, Lisa.
Oh, sorry. I agree, they revealed it way too early, but the reason they did that was to make sure EA wouldn't cancel it, or that is what Mark Dara hinted at in one of his streams.
Yeah. It's to prove that people actually want this game. The reaction they got justified EA. Yeah. Like, right, cool. People actually want a Dragon Age 4. Continue making it. Because they revealed it in pre-production. The game was literally in 2018. Dreadwolf, sorry.
Yeah, 2018.
Joplin was just cancelled the year prior. You know, like Mark Dara left October 2017. The project gets cancelled. All the team goes to Anthem. Oh, sorry, Andromeda and Anthem. No, yeah, Anthem. And then it's like, okay. Then a new team with Matthew Goldman, Patrick Weeks, and a few others go and start the new Morrison project with a live service component. And that was late 2017, early 2018, and then they revealed the Dreadwolf Rises mural at Game Awards 2018. So that was pre-production. And then Anthem released in 2019, February, March, and then it's back to the full team. So yeah, like the game wasn't even in pre-production with a full team. It was bare bones pre-production with a very small team. So, yeah. I assume that trailer, I mean, as you say, it was to gauge if people want a Dragon Age, and so EA don't cancel the project again, which is crazy.
So I get it, but at the same time, like, it was way too early.
Yeah, I guess it's just more the lining up of this comic being right. Okay, clearly this is supposed to release, like I would say, a couple of months before Dreadwolf comes out. I don't know. It's just given that timeline of we need a new hero, and now it's like, okay, now we're gonna wait at least another year for this new hero. Like, okay, I get you, but it just feels like that timing was a bit off. I don't know if that's just me being impatient though.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
mean, it's great that it's coming, but also, you know, we want it to be as good as possible, but that can't stop us from being like, aha, we want more content.
Oh yeah.
We're all greedy.
Yeah. Like, no, like, I want them to take all the time they need, because I want a good game. But, as I said before we started the stream, I think a little bit transparency would really help BioWare with people's, like, the fans' morale, basically.
That's exactly what we were talking about. Larian Studios and Baldur's Gate 3 just being a fantastic game, and even in its early access state, it's Game of the Year contender. And we were talking about how open and honest Larian Studios are, because they're an indie or a AA studio, and they need to have that honest approach, so they can, you know, because they kickstarted Divinity 2, and then obviously Baldur's Gate's early access, but they do that so they have that one-on-one fan interaction where they need to prove themselves so they can make sales, but equally, because they don't have a publisher, they can be as open and honest and transparent as they want to be. They you know, their marketing campaigns is probably governed by whoever, you know, the head of marketing. It doesn't need to go through so many channels. Like I imagine, I don't know, that EA does. Obviously, I don't know anything about what EA do in their marketing schemes, but I can assume there is some publisher interaction going on there. So we were just praising how Divinity does a great job. Sorry, Larian do a great job advertising their games, the fun streams they do. I don't know if many people are Baldur's Gate fans here, but like last Christmas they did a brilliant Christmas stream where Santa Claus came on and brought the Holy Knight class, being the paladin. Jeff Keighley was turned to a skeleton. It was brilliant, so funny, and you wanted to watch it. You know, it was brilliant. It's not one of these game shows where you get all this pomp and all this, you know, this stuff.
They do a great job at making it really entertaining.
They know their fans, you know, like that's the thing.
It's so much better to watch rather than all the game shows that are like, we are passionate about our game, and we're going to show you a 1-minute trailer about a game coming out maybe in 3 years.
Rather than telling us they're passionate, they're showing us they're passionate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like it's the one of my favorite Larian streams was the one where they did a live action role play in an actual castle.
Oh yes,
they streamed it from an actual castle, and they had like a few people of the team do the role play, and then Sven, who is the founder of Larian Studios, he was the DM, and they had Twitch chat vote on some of the decisions that the party had to make, and while doing that, they showed off new features in the game. Like it really, if you're only if you're even slightly interested in Baldur's Gate 3 and you don't mind spoilers, I recommend watching those streams because they're just really entertaining.
It's so good.
Don't tell me you're passionate about a game. Dress up as a holy knight and burn Jeff Keighley alive. That's
exactly. That's what we want. That's what we want to see.
I'm Santa Claus come and present the next class.
Yeah.
Oh, the Holy Knight, you know, an occasion
when
for
they
Christmas.
revealed the Druid class, they showed that every animal has a sitting animation.
And then even the bad one, they had a live band at a freaking a venue, like a music venue. It's brilliant. It's such good marketing.
For the I think it was the Barbarian class, they had a Mind Flayer head made from ice, like an ice statue or ice sculpture. And then the Barbarian, the first Barbarian came in, and he smashed the fucking statue.
The Barbarian was Wolfhar, wasn't it? The YouTuber that covered
one of them. They had two Barbarians. The one that smashed the sculpture was, well, I don't know who that was, but then Wolfhar came in second, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that was great. Wolfhar is Wolfhar FPS is a very
yes, the
big
YouTuber.
Baldur's Gate 3 YouTube, content creator.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
He is.
They're
Love his
based
videos.
in Belgium? Is it Belgium?
Yeah, they're based in Belgium, Ghent.
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
Oh, you're down. Oh shit. Hold on. I'll try to
It's all
kill
good.
these.
The good thing about when I get to the Dragon Age one shot is that this game is so much easier to get tokens for. Because the fly
Inquisition
cam,
or 2?
Inquisition, because the fly cam for Dragon Age 2, you can't freeze the game like mid combat, so I just have to take like 1,000 screenshots to see which one looks good.
You also can't adjust the speed of your if you want to. This is not for the one shot, but just related to footage for like background footage. You can't adjust the speed if you want to do like you know, one of those fly cam moving through the area. You can't adjust the speed in at least not in Origins with the fly cam.
Yeah, with Dragon Age 2, I just have to make Hawk immortal and just let the Templars wail on him for 10 minutes while I try and get one shot.
Perhaps tickets to the theater?
But I think, while we're obviously excited, patiently waiting for Dragon Age, it's just good to have developers like Larian, games like Baldur's Gate coming out on the horizon. Because I don't even want to say I'm going to play Baldur's Gate while I wait for Dragon Age. Like, I'm playing Baldur's Gate because I'm excited for that game on its own entirely. Because it is, you know, Baldur's Gate's originally created by BioWare anyway. It's a BioWare set IP along with Black Isle Studios, who created the first Fallout games. But even so, like Larian right now are just the kings of RPGs. They have, you know, their past history of Divinity 2, Divinity 1, and then Baldur's Gate. Just brilliant RPG creators. So like, yes, I'm excited to play it while I wait for Dragon Age Dreadwolf, but I'm also excited to play it in its own entirety and have so much fun with that game. To level up quickly. Like it's gonna be,
that's how it started.
Yeah.
That's how it started for me. Oh, this looks cool. You know, I guess I can play this while I wait for Dreadwolf. But now it's like, dude, I want to play this. I'm so excited for it. It's been years since I was this excited for a new video game.
It's gonna be brilliant, and it's coming out in what we're in May? Are we May now? Yeah, May. It's coming out in August, which is
a few months.
Round the corner.
Yeah, a few months.
Oh yeah, Lambo needs to leave, and then he can.
I've already left. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have to get a tissue. It'll be 2 seconds because my nose is running.
Yeah, no, it's surprising how many people either forget or don't realize that Inquisition has multiplayer. I mean, it's not like they ever did any like major marketing around it or showed it off a lot. It's just a very basic like wave-based mission mode. It's not really any depth.
I was talking about Inquisition's multiplayer.
Yeah, it's just.
I love this map.
Not really much depth, but still fun.
That's why we're talking about everything going on with Dragon Age lately, the missing and. So I'd say the things that I did like about the missing is the best thing for me was seeing characters like Neve visually brought to life.
Oh yes.
It's so cool. Her prosthetic leg, no excuse for the Inquisitor to not have one, as we mentioned previously. Like, because we see her with one. So why can't the Inquisitor come back with a prosthetic?
They got no excuse.
I think it's dwarven.
If the Inquisitor joins the Red Jennies, they get a crossbow attached to their arm.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're a mage, you could just, you know, make
Who needs an arm?
Yeah.
They don't need a staff to cast magic.
Hell, just stick the staff in the stump and just use it like that.
You can join now.
They can have a little wand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like we're gonna be playing them for most of the game, if at all. Oh, this is the dragon map.
And then I enjoyed the locations as well because it teased. I think something that went under the radar for me is the Cunari Anti-Invasion, because obviously it's been so heavily teased in Winter Nights and already the other comic, Dark Fortress. But they are literally they've got Varantium, which is another massive city that is under their influence. Well, we don't know if they got it; they were just going to get it, but we assume they're going to get it. But yeah, that was briefly touched upon.
Yeah, as I said earlier, I don't know if that was on stream or before stream, but I didn't hate the comic. I liked it. It was a nice read, but I just expected more, and I think if you're not like a super fan of the games as we are, and maybe you don't know that much, or maybe you haven't played Trespasser, I feel like then the comic adds a lot more.
Yeah, that is true.
Because we already know, we already know most of the things that the comic taught us.
Yeah, but I think even then though, if you haven't read Winter Nights and you see characters like Evka Ivo, you're like, who the hell is she? You're like, okay, who's Antoine? I don't care. Why do I care? Like, why should I care? And so I get that, but at the same time, if you haven't read Winter Nights, it's like, okay, who are these random figures who I've seen now? It's like, I don't know who they are. I know what Andrea Cantori looks like because she was in Dragon Age. Was she in Dark Fortress? Were they in Deception? Deception. They were in Deception briefly.
Yes, yeah, very briefly, yeah.
But then you're like, both who are they? Because it had been so long since I'd read Winter Nights. Yeah. Where like every issue I was like, was that someone?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I had to message Lisa. I was like, why does Neve sound so familiar?
Yeah. Exactly though. As you, Lambo, just said, you're in both of those camps where it's like, well, I don't really know who this character is, so why do I care? And in that regard, it just comes across as they're just putting this character in, so you get to see them now to hint at their reveal, their future in Dreadwolf, which is fun. But you're like, who are they? What's their significance? Now I need to go read Winter Nights to go understand this character more. Great, you know what I mean? Which I know I don't mind, but I know a lot of fans like, I don't want to read a book to understand this character. It's the same issue.
Make a video about it.
I know. I wish. It's true. It's true. But it's the same issue people have with Marvel. I don't want to watch all these Disney Plus shows to understand the next Endgame or the next Avengers. I just want to enjoy the movie as it is, and I completely get that.
Yeah,
but
I get that too.
But at the same time, it's trying to cater to both audiences. Whereas
that's what I feel like too.
The Missing did.
Well, on one side, yes, because they used returning characters, they used characters from the Winter Nights. But also no, because they just told us, we need to find someone that Solas doesn't know. It's like, if this was supposed to be for us as like core fans, like we already knew this. Like, why are you telling us this? Why does Harding have amnesia? Like,
why does Harding keep losing and regaining her scar every page?
Exactly. That's true. I know what was missing. Her scar was missing from I think
why does
3
Varric
out of
have
4
so
issues?
many cursed faces? Like, hold on, I gotta go back to. I sent one to Lisa because it's so ridiculous. There it is. There's the. I don't know if you can show this on stream, Jack, but I'm going to send it to you.
I can.
Which one is it? Because I've seen multiple.
Okay, let's have a look.
It's the one I sent you with like his jaw being like unhinged.
Let's have a look.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think I remember you showing us that when it I've definitely seen that before before I saw it in the comic. I was like, where have I seen that before? Yeah, it's this gobsmacked look, isn't it? It's like it's all connected, bro.
Yeah, it felt a little like too dramatic for what they were saying. I don't know, because they were both, the Harding and Varric were both like that. I was like, okay.
I did enjoy how it was all along, but that's expected. A narrative like that is that was again Trespasser's twist. Oh,
if they just sat down and thought for only a few minutes, they would have known that this would have happened, right?
Yeah.
There is a reason the Inquisitor says we'll find somebody that he doesn't know.
And at which point did he say that in the trailer? I want to know which point in the narrative does he say that. Obviously, I'm assuming it's like a gameplay section, but it's like you've said that.
He says it at the very end of Trespasser when he stabs the map.
Well, yeah, no, I know the Inquisitor does, but Varric in that trailer, you know, in the we'll find somebody we don't know, demons, dragons, darkspawn, something like that.
I'm assuming that's meant to be like him after the comic, but
yeah, it has to be. It
has to be like 10 years since Trespasser, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Jack, I've got another Varric face for you.
You got have you? Okay.
A Varric face, yeah.
Send it to me. Oh, have you sent it to me?
I did.
Okay, let's have a look at this other Varric face.
It's great, isn't it?
You could do a really good drinking game with the missing. It's just take a shot every time Harding loses her scar.
Oh, Joshua asked what am I listening to on Spotify. Joshua, what am I listening to on Spotify? I was listening to Aurora. That's who I was listening to. But I've been listening to Boy Genius, if you've heard of Boy Genius.
Here's a question for all the comics. What's your least favorite comic so far?
Oh, good question. Okay, are we talking about all of them as a whole?
Yeah, all of them. Like, from like Mage Killer all the way up to the missing. Oh, actually, include the Alistar and like Isabella Varric ones too.
I really enjoyed those ones.
Trilogy is called.
Least favorite.
I don't.
Knight Errant's my favorite. Knight Errant's my favorite. I loved the Knight Errant because I loved Vaya. I loved her origin story, the build up. I liked seeing Sebastian. Have you got one? I don't know. Have you got one?
I can't put it down to one specific thing, but I think Deception is probably one of my least favorites.
Yeah. I think Deception is where
it was a bit shorter than some of the other ones.
I think that's where the reboot started to happen, because we had this whole Red Larian idol heist story set up, and then it was actually Gaius, the Elven servant, is an agent of Fen'Harel, but he sold some secrets for Utavint to Utavint. It was a bit. That's where it got a little complicated.
The payoff also didn't really pan out as well in the other comics.
Yeah.
Because the guy that inherited her mission kind of just pissed off.
Yeah, Calix.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not really up for this. But we did get Autumn in Deception though.
That's true. Never mind. Autumn. Deception's not my favorite comic.
Yeah, I loved Knight Errant the most just because I enjoyed reading that one with Vaya, Sir Aaron, just as the introduction narrative. But that entire comic series I really liked throughout to Dark Fortress.
Dark Fortress is probably my favorite purely because of all the payoff.
Oh yeah.
And climax.
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Brilliant. Yeah, it was brilliant. Honestly, Christina Weir and Nunzio de Philippus did a fantastic job. And I wish they were doing more comics.
Magic in the next game, I'm gonna be so sad.
Yeah. But I wish they were able to do more comics and continue that story with Vaya being the first Elven Knight Squire. Oh, sorry, first Elven Knight. Like that, I don't...
Yeah.
You know what, we better get that in Dreadwolf. No excuses.
I think so,
Put it in Absolution Season 2.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that would work too, but I'm kind of hoping to see her in game. She was into Winter Nights very briefly, so maybe?
Yeah.
I feel... The way they set these characters up is that they could be, they could show up in Dreadwolf.
Absolutely. Even, so when I interviewed Nunzio de Philippus and Christina Weir, Nunzio said his initial expectation was for them to be multiplayer characters, like right now Isabella, in a hypothetical multiplayer mode, like that.
Yeah.
But obviously that was his speculation. That was absolutely him thinking, not anything official. But that's a good idea. But maybe they can just come along as agents of the Inquisition or whatever's remaining, have some input like that. Even just seeing them in side quests or in the world.
Yeah, something like when Stroud joins you for the attack on Weishaupt. Let him join you for a main mission.
One mission, one quest. Yeah.
Or even if we're going this low, even like Michel de Chivon, where he's just sat there at Empress de Lyon and you can talk to him for a mission, for one mission.
Yeah. And it's he works for just the quest, but then if you've read the books, you know his background, and it adds just a lot more to the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be something like that, because if they were just in the comics, I would have said, nah, they're probably just comic characters, but then they used them in short stories. Some of them were used into Winter Nights as well. So and then they're in the missing, which is supposed to lead directly into Dreadwolf. So I think it's possible we could see them.
Yeah, I really hope so. I love Vaya. She is my favorite comic character that's been introduced. There's just nothing. There's nothing she could do wrong.
Yeah, Francesca is probably one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
Purely because I get I get a lot of Dorian vibes from her as well. Just the initial child of a magister kind of going against their parents' wishes, Not as much of a bastard as most of them seem to be. Has a unique like flora magic powers, which are so fucking cool to see in the comics.
Oh yeah, I want to see that in game.
Yeah.
Does anyone have an item to?
No, I haven't crafted the dragon
okay.
thing.
No,
all right.
No gong today.
Oh well, that's fine. I think Vaya's my favorite as well, because I love her character. I love her design, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I really love the way she looks, too. But I like her story. But also, Night Errant was the first ever Dragon Age comics that I read, so... I don't know, I'm a kind of... Maybe nostalgic is not the word, but it was what introduced me to the comics. So.
Yeah, and it is a brilliant comic. It's great.
Mage Killer was my first one, and I think I love that one purely because it was just like, oh, I recognize that place from the game.
Calpurnia as well.
Oh, yeah.
I love the Calpurnia reveal in that.
Hey, that's the Hinterlands, and then just crying because it's the Hinterlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Hinterlands. The Hinterlands.
Oh, no,
yeah, I don't want another Hinterlands in Dreadwolf.
No.
The Hinterlands is your next hub. You have to go halfway across the map just to find companions.
Oh no.
Vic will actually go to Solas in Tevinter. The actual place.
Oh, that'd be funny.
If we do, there'd have to be some funny joke. There would have to be. It couldn't be like...
Let there be a mission where it's like, we have to try and find out where Solus is, and if you pick the place that's called Solus, everyone just laughs at you. But he actually ends up being there.
He's like, I'm gonna go there. They'll never think I'll be there.
They would never
They'll never suspect anything.
The god of trickery, the Dreadwolf himself, will just hide where his namesake is.
Yeah.
Hiding in plain sight.
We gotta find people he doesn't know because they don't know his name either, and they'll just look at Solus and not know the significance.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna die. Uh-oh, I accidentally... I should've done that. It's okay, I made it out.
So, do you want the veil to go down in Dreadwolf?
Yes.
Straight either as like the midpoint or the like the ending to...
It's gonna be the intro, just like the veil at the start of the game. Sorry, the breach. Just straight up.
You finish your origin.
You press continue, or you press start game. Boom, veil destroyed. No,
I kind of want that, but also kind of not, because the whole point of the next game is to stop Solus from doing that. So it would feel kind of weird if...
was supposed to stop the Mage Hunter War, and that didn't really happen. The Mage Templar War.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
The Conclave, and that didn't branch out too well.
Maybe, yeah.
The thing that
I don't know. I would like to see the veil destroyed, because I'd love to see the chaos afterwards.
Yeah. I think I'd like a middle ground where, like, after you finish your origin, if they're actually doing origins, Solus shows up, somehow messes up your group or your origin story or someone you know, and that's how you get introduced to like Varric and trying to stop Solus.
Yeah. So your character has a personal
as opposed to, hi, I'm the Viscount of Kirkwall, here in Tevinter. There's an elf that's gonna blow up the world. You should care.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
why should I care, Varric? Maybe I want the world to blow up. Maybe I played as an elf.
What's also annoying about
the
missing is that there's another artifact that he's got. Like, we were all for this MacGuffin chase to the Red Dream Island, and now it's like, oh yeah, by the way, the Crucius Stone.
What the fuck is a Crucius? What the fuck is a Crucius?
It just reminded me of Harry Potter with the Philosopher's Stone, or whatever. I know it's not, but it just, I'm like, what? Like,
yeah.
He's got the Red Dream Idol, which is what we thought he was going to use, and now he's after a ritual. He's got a ritual blade or a weapon that he needs to try the veil, whatever. And now it's like, oh yeah, I'll take the Crucius Stone. Like, what is he doing? Like,
yeah,
how many things do you need, dude?
Yeah, I don't know. He needs a lot of things, apparently, but that's also, oh, guys, this is the Crucius Stone, but they don't explain anything, so obviously that'll be in the game, but, like, what the fuck is the Crucius? What?
Why did he hide it in a vault? Why is that vault, like, it looked like a Dreadwolf vault, so why didn't he already have it on his person? Why was it already hidden away? Obviously, it doesn't make sense because they probably just thought of this while creating a narrative, but it's just like, okay. So you've put it in a vault, stored it away in the Elephant Forest, hidden away, but what was the point? What were you hiding it from? Why didn't you already have it on your person?
The thing that really stood out to me with all that is that at the moment in Warhammer 40k, there's something very similar happening with another character that's like, all right, I'm gonna destroy or ascend and make the world change, but I'm gonna need all these MacGuffins and a vault. And it's like, are the writers like jumping between stories? What's happening? Why is everyone doing this right now?
Yeah, it's just another MacGuffin, which is annoying. It's another one. It's like, ugh, great.
Yeah.
Which I get it. Every narrative is. Every comic has always been a MacGuffin. Same with the Knight Errant. It's looking for the Red Lyrium idol, which you don't find out is the Red Lyrium idol. It's the Red Lyrium thing or book. It's the book that leads to the idol, that then leads to the Red Lyrium sword, that then leads to. Yeah. Anyway, you can. Oh wow.
Sorry, I didn't have enough time to warn you. I just had enough time to scream.
What I did like about the third issue, right before they get to the Solus's notes, you see the mural of what I think is Gillenon and Andrul.
That's what somebody said in my
video.
That is what
I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in your video you said something about Mythal.
Yeah, I wasn't really. Yeah, I said it was Mythal, maybe in her final moments. I didn't really get a close. Didn't really spend too much time tinfoiling over it, just because I was dissecting the comic in a long video. But yeah,
I mean, it might.
Yeah.
It might be Mythal, but we don't know.
Yeah, I think Gillen and Andrew's more.
If there's one spot of lore where my knowledge starts to get very fuzzy, it's Elven gods and all their representations and idols and symbols and everything. That's where I just go back to the Grey Wardens. I know my stuff with the Grey Wardens.
Oh,
I'm trying to get to you, but I'm also dying.
I'm in the third.
Oh, are you both dying? Oh, hold on.
I'm almost. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm on a lower level character.
I'm in the third watching over.
I don't know.
You're in the.
I'm not dead yet, but I'm close to dying.
Hold on. I'll get you. Try to. Oh my god. Okay, I'm actually dying as well now. Fuck. Shit. I need. Give me health. Thank you. And I'm down again. Okay. Yep. This is.
I know we said easy difficulty, but maybe we shouldn't afford a dragon.
Did we actually?
Random
maps. I didn't pick this.
I thought we didn't have the. Oh yeah, we're not fighting. Oh, it's the dragon.
Yeah,
we're not.
We don't have the item, but the dragon's still flying around shooting it.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
I'll notify their next of kin.
In our defense.
We were too busy.
In my defense, about... I wasn't really paying attention to the game.
Neither was I, to be honest.
We were too busy with the lore.
Yeah, which is also very interesting and very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably one thing. I need to brush up on my Elven deity lore, purely because it's just like, oh, that's where my knowledge is most fuzziest, and then I just look at Dreadwolf and it's like, you're probably gonna need this.
That is the Elven gods and Elven stuff is what I find most interesting.
Like the Mythal threw another god into the void, and she has the armor of the void. That might be Lyrium. This god is the father and also brother of this god.
Mythal and then the anvil of the void is in the deep roads as well.
There's the forgotten ones, and also the god.
Something that Mr. Matty plays, one of my favorite.
The anvil on the void is on the other side of Ferelden.
Something that Mr. Matty plays, who one of my favorite YouTubers said, is that he's a good fan of it, but he's not hardcore. But he said that there is too many factions in Dragon Age, and I mean, even now there's even more, and that is definitely something that
there is a lot.
Like from the understanding the nuances of the Venatori to like the nuances of the Red Templars to the nuances of just a Tevinter Magister and the difference between the Magisterium and a Magister and the Venatori. Obviously, as hardcore fans, we get it because we look into these nuances. But from a casual side, it is like there's too many. What's the difference between the Venatori? Yeah. How come a Tevinter Mage isn't always a Magister? What makes them a Magister? Oh, well, they need to be part of the Magisterium. Yeah, but it just gets a little bit confusing. And now we've got the Veil Jumpers, the Shadow Dragons, and whatever else awaits in Dreadwolf, which I'm all fine with. I love, but it just is a bit like wow. I think they need to close some factions' plot lines, i.e., the Venatori, to then start new ones, because the Venatori is still an ongoing thing, and I appreciate that in Absolution because that's a separate thing in the universe. But still, it's like you've got now the Venatori doing things in Absolution, but are still present in Dreadwolf's prequel narrative. Yet we killed them off with Corypheus' defeat because they're all about restoring Tevinter to its former glory. And now they've still got some presence, but then we now have new factions like the Crimson Dragons, and so it's like there are so many factions that kind of need to calm down a little bit. More for casual fans, but still it's a lot.
It is a lot.
I will say that specifically with the videos that I make, trying to be just like intros to Dragon Age and very short.
Yeah.
A lot of these factions I just look at and I'm like, how am I supposed to make this 5 minutes and like not talk about this major thing that happens?
Yeah.
I think the biggest headache so far has definitely been the Kunari, because it's like, all right, this isn't about the Kyun.
Yeah.
How the hell do I talk about the Kunari without the Kyun?
And the Kossuth are different to the Kyun.
Oh, not the tail that chops too.
They got horns.
They are horny humanoids.
Maybe part dragon. Maybe we don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
I didn't even talk about that.
They're big.
I didn't even mention they might be part dragon. I completely forget what I said in my video for that one. I just blanked that from my memory.
If you die for the Inquisition.
Oh, we are into winter, I think.
Looks like it, yeah.
This is what Dreadwolf is going to look like. This is what we can expect.
This is the only way you can play Dreadwolf, is through Dragon Age Inquisition's Multiplayer.
This is the definitive way to play a Dreadwolf in 2023.
They're not going to release a game, they're just going to release mission packs for multiplayer, and you have to hope you load into the next consecutive mission.
That is actually depressing. Don't ever say that again.
Well, that's what it sounded like the original game was going to be.
You gotta buy the battle pass.
No. What would it be called in Dragon Age? What would the Dragon Age battle pass be called? The Fade Pass? The
Warden Pass?
The Warden Pass? Get through your Grey Warden ranks.
Hold on, wait, no.
Did you get the invite, by the way, Lambo?
Sorry, okay. I'm looking at the map. What is it, like Sekulars or Selch's Pass? There's an actual pass place somewhere.
Soldier's Pass, that's where you meet the merchant that gives you the rod for Shale.
There you go. Yeah, it's the Selch's Pass.
I mean, that sounds more fun than the.
Oh, hold on. Oh shit! We gone through the doors. Can you still get to us, Lambo?
Yeah, he'll be able to spawn. Yeah, he will. He will. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Let's just wait here.
Everyone for themselves.
Bring Shale back as a dwarf into Winter.
Yeah, I want that.
And also just like have her like being turned back into a dwarf. Let her have a chicken farm or something. Like she inherited one somehow.
Yeah.
And she actually likes pigeons and stuff now. Either that or let her finish the joke I made. Let her hate the Antivan crows purely because they're named after birds.
Brilliant.
Anything that's named after a bird cannot be a good thing.
Hey now.
Oh, everyone, I'm
hey
so
now.
sorry.
Hey now.
Oh yeah, Shale will hate you.
What about me? Oh, she wouldn't like me. Hey,
I'm kidding, of
how you
course.
doing? Scarian, how you doing? Inquisition Multiplayer, indeed. I know it is very interesting, but we are just spouting out about Dragon Age while playing it. We're not really focused on the game. We're on the easiest difficulty, but we're just chatting away. It's at least somewhat fun. Well, we're having a good time. We make it a good time, don't we, Lisa and Lambo?
We certainly do, yeah.
Kex makes a good point where even when you don't meet a faction, like there can't even just be a race of people in a city without there being a leader somewhere, like the Tevinter elves.
Oh, where did they say that?
Just under Skirian's message, like no matter who you meet, there's always a leader somewhere. Like it can't just be a group of people.
Right.
Yeah, you mean the city elves? They live at
Like
the
not
alien
every
age, and
community needs to be a
Danish
formal.
elves.
Yes, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess that's what, from a casual point of view, that's what it feels like they are doing. Like everything is a faction when it actually isn't, but they're making it in some way seem like it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the werewolves in Origins, like, are they a faction? No, they're just the werewolves that have been in the werewolves for so long because of the curse.
Let us be werewolves.
But can't you bring them in? Yeah, you can use them in the fight in Origins, can't you?
You can. Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Let them spread the curse. Let us play as a werewolf in Tevinter instead of werewolf in London.
We were talking about Dragon Age Origins mods before, weren't we? And a particular...
Oh god, yes we were.
And there was a particular one that would be more relevant for that quest line.
Oh man. Who do you call to take care of that? The Templars?
Amber said in all their years they've never played. They've played Inquisition. They've never played the multiplayer. It is fun.
You're not missing out on much unless you have a group of friends that also play.
But playing as the character like Isabella right now, it's so fun to play as. And the Bard, some of the characters are really fun. Really fun.
Look.
Some of them are awful.
It's more just grinding on your own is not very fun.
Yeah. Whereas with us, it's good fun.
It is a very bare bones, just like wave based. Get to the end of this mission while killing all the enemies. There's no real story or anything, but there's a few nice hints, references, classes. Yeah, just make sure you have the best gear.
Yeah, and the maps are not that like the maps themselves are nice, but there's not that many.
But we are into Vinter right now, folks. We are into Vinter.
Yeah.
This is Dreadwolf, actually. This is the alpha footage.
This is the alpha.
It's early access or something.
This is the early access for Dreadwolf, actually. You could actually totally get away with that for an April Fool's joke. Oh, that's inspired me. That has inspired me. Next year.
Oh no! Hey guys, in this video we're gonna look at the Dreadwolf early access
multiplayer mode.
Is Isabella confirmed for Dreadwolf?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
George.
So actually, you play as Isabella. There's the character creation. You're just Isabella.
Oh, that's brilliant. This is Tevinter, as you can see. The Venatori flags are still up, so clearly the Venatori is still quite active in Dreadwolf's narrative.
Flycam in multiplayer too. We could make a fake trail.
Oh, let's do it.
Look, this is where Solus will bring down the veil.
Look, the envy demons are back.
Yeah.
Like Samson's back for some reason.
Yeah, he didn't actually die. This is all in the fate.
Oh, we need to do that.
It's all in the fate, yeah. It's only a dream.
Oh yeah, when you die, this is me now entering the Fade. So in Dragon Age Dreadwolf, there's not a dying system. You enter the Fade instead.
Yeah.
Look, there's Hawk. He's still alive.
Nah,
that would be.
You die and then you respawn and you have to walk back to your body, like in World of Warcraft.
Going into the Fade is actually how you find solace. You have to die. It's actually really inspiring.
Yeah.
Oh,
really good twist in the gameplay.
Oh, at least it is a
I need you to look at this.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
where?
I jump into multiplayer a lot purely because there's a lot of really good fly cam areas you can get.
Me same, yeah, literally. That is the main reason I like the Tevinter ones, for example. If I was talking about Tevinter Nights, I'd use these fly cams, because it's way better, obviously, because it's Tevinter.
Yeah, because we don't get much of these in the game. There is the one in the Western Approach.
Western Approach, that time temple.
The Silent Ruins or something.
Yeah.
And then we have that one place in
the Samson and Calpurnia questline as well.
Yes.
It's either covered in red beryllium or it's not.
And the the DLC crap. I'm blanking on the name.
Forgotten Oasis.
Jaws of Hakkon.
Jaws of Hakkon.
Oh,
yes.
the ice one. Yes, the ice water temple.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that one. That one's brilliant for fly cams. It looks.
That one's good, yeah.
I use that to represent Navarra Mortalitati just because it's got that creepy. I know it's Tevinter, but I just like it for that. It's just got
my
that creepy
favorite
vibe.
place to go with fly cams is Emperor's Loin, but I never have any context to put the footage in there.
Yeah.
Because specifically with my last video of going over the Origins companions. And I was 90% done with that video when the fly cam came out, which, that annoyed me.
Yeah.
Trying to get random background footage by throwing my character into a wall and then just turning the camera so you couldn't see them running into the wall constantly.
That is what I used to do as well.
Yeah, so.
And it's like, here's the fly cam, and it's like, cool. I could have used that 1 month ago.
I think I sent the link to you. I was like, hey, guess what? There's fly cam now.
And that was after I'd played through half the game just to get back to the Dwarven intro, because I had a save after you'd met Oghren, but I didn't have anything prior to that for hours, so I had to play through most of the game just to get back to see Oghren the bastard.
See, I know that's Dragon Age Origins, but in Inquisition, I have the first person mod, but with it, there's a jump to map feature where you can jump to any location in Dragon Age Inquisition with a save, and it will load up that map so you can get fly cams in. It is brilliant.
You need to send me that.
I
need
will.
To stop I need to
so
stop playing like an hour of the game
yeah,
just to get to certain places.
It's the first-person mod, but with an add-on. They have it as a jump to map feature. So it looks like you're downloading you are downloading the first-person mod, but then with it, you have this jump to map feature, and it even jumps to multiplayer maps as a match, but automatically straight away without going into the lobby. It's,
nice.
It's brilliant. I'll
You've
send
just
it.
made my next Templar video a lot easier after I
Literally.
eventually finish the Absolution video.
I'll send it
after
your
I
way.
finish the next one shot.
I will send it your way.
As things are going now, we probably try and play the next one shot like the end of next month, start of July.
End of. I'm on holiday from mid-June to end of June, but I'm back like the 27th of June to then July.
Yeah, so around
that's
first
fine.
week of July, probably around then is when the Dragon Age 2 one shot will be ready.
Hell yes, I'll be available for that for sure.
Same. I'm gonna go on holiday in August, so should have like plenty of time before that.
Because once your character is finished, Jack, that'll be all the tokens and everything.
I will get
and it's just me finishing the maps and making enemy sheets and.
Always something to keep the same people in power.
Yeah, I think that's basically everything.
Yeah, and I still have to shade most. Where? Oh, whoops.
Yeah, no, you got plenty of time for the shading. It's more just I gotta make more of the maps and characters and put them all into Roll20.
Yep.
Oh really?
Do remind me, it's been almost a decade. Yep. Yep. It's been almost a decade.
I don't even know how old I am anymore.
Absolution can only come out when it's legally able to drink.
When do you think Dragon Age Absolution Season 2 is coming out after Dreadwolf? Surely it will, right?
I would say so.
I would have thought so,
season.
but I originally thought Dreadwolf was coming out spring 2024. So now I feel like it could come out. Absolution could come out late 2024 with Dreadwolf coming out late 2024 or early 2025. But they need to. But the thing is, they need to confirm if there's going to be a second season, and they normally do it by now because we just found out that Season 5's happening, and that came out in March, so we should know. But we don't
might
know
confirm it at like.
They might confirm it at the Netflix game.
Oh, maybe.
The Netflix game show, though. Remember, that's where we got Absolution in the first place.
Yeah.
When is that?
That's a separate show, so I'm not sure when, but it's definitely June. Or it could even be.
Netflix is going to be at Summer Games Fest, so they might do it.
Oh, well, there we go then. Okay, cool.
Oh.
We might not get a Dreadwolf trailer. We might get an Absolution.
They definitely set it up for another season.
They did.
There's no denying that.
Yeah.
If chat doesn't mind, we can even talk about that. Yeah.
How long does it take? Because I think it took them like 2 years to make the first season.
Yes. Yeah.
So depending on when they started production on that, I kind of want Dreadwolf to come out first. Because if it's gonna take another 2 years for Dreadwolf to come out. But I don't know, maybe they're like deep into production on the series in the second season.
That's the thing,
so,
yeah. And I think normally with shows, it's normally a year of production and then it releases the following year. So like for example, Stranger Things Season 4 came out last year, now Season 5 is coming out next year. Obviously there's writer strikes going on currently, which is delaying it. But the assumption is it's going to come out next year in 2024. Which I would then, if we, obviously animation is different, if we put that logic to Absolution, it would be, right, this year, production, next year, does it release late next year? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It could even be early 2025, but we first of all need to find out if we're going to get a second season. I really hope we do.
Yeah,
it'd
be nice.
Really enjoyed it. Yeah. Well, it's just
yeah, me too. I did as well.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed Absolution more than the Missing comic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it's... Yeah.
Oh no, Absolution was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so good.
It was great.
It was really
very nice.
It exceeded my expectations.
Same. Yeah, honestly, every episode was like, right, I need to watch that right now. And I watched it with Marshall and a few friends as we watched it together, and it was so good. It was brilliant. Right,
yeah, we binged. Did we? Yeah, we binged it, right, Lambo?
Yeah, no, I think we watched it separately, and then we watched the first episode when it got revealed with the voice actors.
early. It was early as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't the first episode? Yeah.
Yeah, the first episode was like a week beforehand or something, with the voice actors talking over most of it.
Yeah.
And then the others came out, and I think we watched it separately, and then watched through it all together and talking about what we all missed.
I remember I watched it with Haven from your Discord, Jack.
Oh, brilliant.
I think we binged it. Yeah, I think we binged it when it came out.
Ah, mint.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I would like a second season. I'm very curious to see what they do with the Meredith reveal.
I know that's exactly what my new video.
Up.
No, we can talk. That's exactly what my new video is finally delving into. For those who are interested, my next video coming out either tonight or tomorrow, probably today, is all about Dragon Age Absolution, which I know has taken me forever to finally get to it, but it's all about the connections it has to a second season or to Dreadwolf. I'm kind of leaving it open, but basically it's a season finale kind of exploration, but also with its future connections towards Dreadwolf, or season 2 with Meredith, Hera, and the Crimson Knight, Hera, and then the Circulum Infinitus, whatever it's called.
Circulum Infinitus.
Infinitus, that is it. The only thing that got me by surprise is the fact that all of the characters were voice acted by Americans, and normally, like, Tevinter people are, well, on the record, people from Tevinter have this kind of southern British London accent, according to Patrick Weeks, hence Dorian having a posh-sounding voice. Yeah, every character in Absolution was all American. I assume that was more a Netflix animation thing than a continuity thing, but I liked it. I was just taken aback by it because I at least expected to hear some difference in accents, but it was all American.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Mercer did a great job though.
Oh, he was fantastic. He was brilliant, and Laura Bailey. Accent. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so to be honest, they all did a great job.
They all did brilliant. No,
they were all good.
Yeah. By the way, Lambo, you can join now.
Yeah, no, I'm joining now.
This is the final mission in Dreadwolf where we hunt Solas to Mafal's temple.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah. Solas is inside this ancient ruins, and he's gonna take down the veil from here. I know I just said he was gonna take down the veil in the Tevinter fortress, but
actually,
look, guys, it's early access. You know, this is a bug.
Access.
It's fine.
It's early. The plot's changed.
Mafal didn't actually possess Morrigan. She possessed Isabella.
Yes.
And that's why the character's now playing as Isabella, because in this playthrough we didn't choose Morrigan to drink from the well, we chose the Inquisitor, and so actually Morrigan, the Inquisitor, is Isabel, but also Mafal.
Makes sense. It makes sense, guys, I swear.
I mean, I've done a modded playthrough where I made Duncan the Inquisitor, so I was just like, oh, you know, right before he died, Fade bullshittery, the explosion like put him through time. And I also had it that Alistar was the Warden contact, and it's like, you know, him pointing a sword at Duncan immediately, probably justified.
You are dead. How are you here?
Yeah, what are you doing here? You died. And then Blackwall's like, oh yes, Duncan, good man. Did you have Blackwall for you? Please tell me you did.
Oh yeah, no, I had Blackwall in my party, and every moment, even though it gave me like negative stuff, I called him out like, so what do the Wardens do? No, they kill Darkspawn.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yes.
That is brilliant.
And then I think, I ended up making Duncan send him to go become a Grey Warden too.
I always do that too.
Did you make a video? You should have made a video now. That would have been amazing.
I've still got. I gotta do all the mobs and stuff again. Yeah. But I have screenshots and stuff like that.
That is. It's just the line with Duncan. Oh yes, Duncan, good man. And then you're looking at him as Duncan, being like, I don't know you. Who? What are you
Duncan? Good man. Yeah, Blackwall. Actually, would Duncan? No.
I feel like Duncan would see through his bullshit.
Duncan would.
No, I'm trying to think if Duncan would have known the original Blackwall.
He will have. Yeah, he will have. Yeah, he will have.
Where was the original Blackwall from? I don't remember.
Ole. Maybe. Potentially.
Maybe?
I feel like in some continuity.
I think the biggest tick would be at the Winter Palace, and it's like, what'd you get the silver wings for? Valor.
Ow, I'm burning.
I'm burning too. We're both burning. Okay, so Felskek said, "Oh, there's no comparison between Absolution and The Missing. Absolution was so fun. It felt like the first 2 games rating-wise. The Missing show for good designs with the rating was abysmal." Oh, so another person who thinks the Missing was abysmal. Damn.
I refute that purely because the only use of abysmal that you can use compared to Dragon Age is when you look at Dawn of the Seeker. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is the only time abysmal can come close to Dragon Age.
Hi, Bioware Babble. We are indeed talking about The Missing. Everybody thinks it's abysmal, apparently. Anyway, continue, Lisa.
I don't think it's abysmal. I
am neutral. Its highs were high, its lows were low.
Yeah, it's it's got some nice stuff like the mural that we saw and the Arlathan stuff. If you ignore the weird pacing. But just as I said, the worst thing is the ending. And that is what disappointed me the most.
No Solas.
The pacing,
Don't
the monster
Solas.
of the week feel, and the fact that it just like nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing. Like the build-up felt like it was huge, and then it just didn't happen.
But yeah, the introduction. Visual representation and showing of all the Tevinter Knights characters, magnificent.
Yep, that was good.
Neve looks incredible.
Yep.
Yeah, she does.
Harding loses her scar every two pages.
Yeah. She had a bit of identity crisis. I don't know. It was
I love the line though. Ah, Solas. There's a name I'm getting sick of hearing. I love that.
That was good.
That's just the fan base when it comes to trailers.
Literally. And I even put that in my thumbnail as well, just to be like, yep, very meta, very meta.
I saw.
But it's meta for the wrong reasons for BioWare because we're sick. Well, a lot of fans are sick of hearing about him. Let's have some other marketing campaigns. But yeah.
Felon's Kicks, I agree that the writing could have been a lot better, but yeah, when it comes to like hard dumping on Dragon Age, it's like nothing can get worse than Dawn of the Seeker. Reserve all bad words for Dawn of the Seeker.
My problem with The Missing was that there was a huge build-up, and the conclusion was the same as Trespasser will have. Exactly, those are exactly my thoughts.
And it's
a holding pattern.
The thing for me was I read it all in one binge, so I didn't mind. Whereas if I was reading that monthly, which I wasn't for the first time because I wanted to read it in a binge, if I was reading that weekly, I would have been hyping that shit up in terms of we're going to see Solas, we're building up to this plot point. Surely he's going to be at the end of this.
Lisa and I were reading it like the days it came out.
And that's the thing.
Oh, this is building up, and then it just...
That's the difference.
Something's
for me, I was like, oh, okay. But if I was reading that monthly, I would have been absolutely on that. Oh, I can't wait, we're going to see Solas. Yes. And even the Dreadwolf mural we saw in the 3rd issue, I'll be like, right, this is it. Next issue, we're seeing Solas in Memraphis. It's going to be crazy. And then, no.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That is what I expected as well, because as someone who played Trespasser, I already know that, at least I thought that Varric and Harding knew that they were gonna have to find someone else. So I didn't expect them to say, oh, I guess we're gonna have to find someone else, because they literally knew that.
Harding was in the room.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a retcon.
That's why I didn't expect.
Yeah. Is it a retcon, or are they just being stupid?
I don't think it's a retcon. I think it's more just like reminding of where we are, even though most hardcore fans are like, we know where we were 10 years ago. Nothing's changed.
Thing is, most hardcore fans who are going to read this comic will have most doubtedly have played Trespasser. Like, I assume there's a larger demographic of people who play DLC than they do for people who read comics, because it's a different medium, innit? It's different.
It's playing a game.
Playing a DLC, which I know 25% people play DLCs post the actual game's release. But then there's a different demographic of people who are going to read the comic, so it's interesting. I'll just read what Bioware Babbling has said. But in my opinion, the 3rd issue was good. I will completely admit you can completely skip the series. Yeah, it's very true.
Definitely.
I feel like I got a better idea of Solas as part of Dark Fortress and Deception than The Missing. Absolutely. It's annoying that the conclusion of we need outside help when you have Scott Harding be in the room where the Inquisition said they need side help. Exactly, outside help.
Exactly,
there is one thing
Scott Harding lost her memory.
There is one thing I want to correct you on, Jack, is when you said that most hardcore fans have played the DLC. I think you mean to say that they've played the shit out of the DLC in the 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like not 10 years, but yeah, like
it will be
almost 10 years.
Almost.
Like when that DLC first came out, and like that ending of stabbing to Tevinter, like every news source, like I remember IGN, GameFAQs, and everyone was like, "We're going to Tevinter, boys!" Like, like even like news sources that never really covered Dragon Age were even like, "Oh, we're finally going to Tevinter!" Like it was a big thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was huge. And then everybody got annoyed when that news was reiterated again in like other pieces of media. Like, yeah, we know we're going to Tevinter. Like in the BioWare 25 years book, like news articles like PC Gamer, like, we're going to Tevinter. And everyone's like, yeah, we already know that. We know it's the trespasser. Duh. We don't need to know that. We need new things. You don't need to remind us of that. And I guess it's similar with Missing. It's like, we know we need a new hero. You don't... The only thing that I liked was the connection of meeting these factions. So it should have been about, we need a new hero. Hey, maybe we could recruit somebody in one of these factions who we've just been introduced to. That would have been better. Yeah. Because they already know we need a new hero.
Either that, or have it so that if the origins are an actual thing in the next game, let one of these, like, let all the factions they introduced in the comics be the factions you choose.
And it alluded to that, but it should have just had that instead of it being like...
Because then that'll make it a bit better, like, retrospectively as, like, a prequel comic.
Yeah.
Or I think they should have had Varric acknowledge that he knows they need to find someone new, but he wants to try anyway because they were friends. Because they very much... Every time Harding reminds him, look, maybe we can't talk to him. You probably can't change his mind. This is probably all for nothing. And Varric keeps saying, no, I'm gonna try. He was my friend.
Yeah.
And I think, especially with the letter that they find, especially exactly. And I think that is a nice thing with like Varric's character and his personality. And it would have been a nice character development if he finally would have realized, okay, you know, this isn't working. Instead of having the line, oh, we need to find someone new, they should have had it, oh, okay, maybe you're right, Harding. We should, this is, we tried, but we failed. Because that would have made sense.
It would have. It's not, we need a new hero, because they already know that. It should have been, it's not working. We clearly can't be the ones to deal with Solas. Obviously, we need somebody new, or
we need someone else.
This confirms that, not obviously better written than this, but the point being, this confirms that we've tried. We did our best. We've tried.
Yeah, we've tried.
Exactly. At least we tried, but we need somebody new. Hey, let's go talk to Neve, the Antivan Crows, the Grey Wardens, and the Shadow Dragons about somebody, whatever. But it wasn't.
Babbling makes another good point in that every issue having a different artist definitely didn't help. With
the last issue was so wrong.
All of
that didn't help at all.
Very confusing faces. Harding constantly losing her scar, gaining her freckles. I think her eye color was different for one of the issues or in one of the pages.
It might have been. Yeah, that was especially in the first issue because the first issue reused a lot of the poses.
Yeah, it did.
There were quite a few panels where they had the exact same poses, but maybe like mirrored.
I'm gonna read what
I definitely remember after the first comic is that Lisa and like because I was reading it as Lisa was watching me read it since she'd already read it, and every time I was like, wait, where's her scar? She's like, yep.
Yeah.
If Harding or Varric aren't romanceable in the next game, I'm going to riot. That's all I'll say.
Same. I think a lot of people are. I did like that they gave Harding a different hairstyle.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I think her hairstyle was different in the other issues as well, which makes sense because why would she always wear her hair the same way? Like, obviously, I understand why they do that in game. That's a detail, that nice little detail that I liked.
And you can't have Varric looking different if Harding isn't looking different too. Like if Varric's getting older and changing his hair and stuff, you need to do the same to Scout Harding.
He's getting old. He's graying.
I did find it funny that for the most of the comics, Harding seemed like the only competent one between the two of them.
Yeah, always being that kind of equilibrium or the composed one. BioWare Babbling thinks that the comic was probably a mess of development.
Probably.
And I feel like it felt like I had to compare artists to each other, which was unfair. The writing should have been as all over the place with George Mann, who was as good enough writer to write for Star Wars. Shit, damn, yeah, flipping heck. Yeah, I think for me, I just wish that they had just done another comic with Nunzio de Philippus and Christina Weir. I understand that this is a different comic, different thing, different setup, but Nunzio de Philippus and Christina Weir are fantastic Dragon Age writers. They've been brilliant with what they've already done. Instead of just going, no, we don't want you guys to do this via sequel comic, they could have just hired them for this one, because Nunzio expressed interest in writing a story about Varric. Sorry, they would have liked to have wrote involved Varric more in their comics, like you know. So I don't know why they went with George Mann. I'm not bothered. I don't know. They've stuck with Nunzio and Christine since Knight Errant, which was what, 2018.
Yeah.
Why the change now? I don't know. Or did George Mann?
Valen made a good point. We've seen Varric in the other comics, and he wasn't old, even though it's like the same year.
Yeah, but we still don't know when exactly the missing takes place. Because we didn't really get...
Well, we can assume it's post-Dark Fortress because of the Cunari Antam's invasion on Varantium, which happens in Dark Fortress, only just though. So it's just after.
Maybe that's just something BioWare wanted. Maybe he looks older in the game, so they said, oh, you know, make him look older in the comic as well.
Maybe he's just worn down as well. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, I mean to be honest, all the shit he's been through.
He does run Kirkwall, and who knows, maybe he's heard rumors of Meredith now.
Yeah, like, I don't mind him looking older.
I'll just quickly leave.
I'm okay with
I don't hope...
I really think BioWare hamstrung the developers. Yeah. No, I'm okay with it. I just don't understand it. I'm okay with it.
What I don't understand... Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
What I don't understand, because especially as I mentioned the first issue, they reused a lot of the poses, which makes me think, were the artists, were they rushed?
Yeah.
Because why else would they reuse so many poses? And then also, why were they rushed? Because the game is probably not even coming out this year.
No, it's at least.
Why did the comic have to come out now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
If they had just given them, obviously, I don't know if they were rushed, but it looks like they are. So why not just give them more time?
Well, even the final issue's art style was very more like taken back and not like there was no detail in Manrathis in the first page.
The backgrounds were so empty.
Yeah, they were. It was just gradient colors. Pardon me. It didn't. I was like, fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that because Neve has so much attention to her character, but I'm like, why don't the backgrounds have that same attention? And it really didn't. And there was so many duplicated poses and that too. The elf was so
Yeah, the backgrounds they didn't bother me, but it stood out to me that they were very simple compared to the other issues.
Yeah, look at Dark Fortress. It's completely. You know, new poses used once or twice, but everything else is very much. It's been designed and created very much.
Don't get us wrong, Fels and Kex. We love Daddy Varric.
Oh,
We're just confused about the timeline.
Yeah, no, Daddy Varric. Yeah,
Varric's a goddamn dilf. Yeah, dilf Varric.
It would seem like it's just after Dark Fortress, but we can't. We need more confirmation for it to be. See, the thing is about the Dark Fortress, Knight Errant, they have timelines in the actual comics. It's like just before, like you know, 10 years after the Fifth Blight, and then you'd have Sir Aaron's like a trauma flashback, and then you go, okay, so 10 years later, that's when Dark Fortress is set. Brilliant. Thank you for that clarification. You've set the timeline.
If they just wanted to make if they just wanted to make him old without like fucking up the timeline, they could have just made it so that after his like rapid aging in the Alathan forest, he kept the grey hair. Like, this is like,
ooh, that would have been interesting too.
Yeah.
Oh wow, like, I like it restored my body, but not the stress that it undertook, like something like that.
That would be brilliant.
And then him and Blackwall can have something to talk about, like Blackwall, how do you deal with the greying hair?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it seemed, I don't know.
Look at that.
I need to. Again, I enjoyed it. I did, but it's more the when you get down to the nitty gritty of the lore stuff. It's like okay.
If some things don't know. There's a wall here for you, Lisa. if they were to, if it feels like the build up to another series. That's what it feels like. But we know there's not one coming.
But for me, it feels like the build up to origin stories. Right? Okay, who are we going to choose? Right, the player chooses their origin story or their faction-based origin story.
You pointed out in your video, and that's what I really liked about your video, because that's something that hadn't really occurred to me. I don't know why, but that was a really good point.
It just that's what it seems like. It's like, okay, so well, because even Scout Han's like, oh, so who are we going for? And it's like, oh, we're choosing between these 4 factions. It sounds like it, but are we? I don't know. But that's like a good introduction for an origin story prologue in Dreadwolf itself, not in a comic.
Yeah.
Unless now
I did like Earth and Forest because it showed something of how the world might be if Solus succeeds, and it's not a vague "your world will be destroyed." Exactly. I liked it too because of that reason, but I just think the pacing was way too fast because, like, at the start of the issue, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have to face very difficult trials," and then like 2 pages later, they were already like gone through the whole thing.
That's probably another one. Is that not like loved seeing all the characters being reintroduced, but Strife and the Crows.
Oh.
I was like, sorry, Strife and the Crows. They kind of just didn't do anything besides get introduced. Neve was a badass.
They didn't really. Yeah, they didn't. Especially the Veil Jumpers. Like, I thought the Veil Jumper designs were a bit like generic. I don't know. I didn't care much for them.
Yeah, I think the thing is, it was a lot in that comic. It was. These are the Veil Jumpers. They are non-Dalish and Dalish mages and hunters. And we stop the Alfan Forest against the dangers of the forest. But then it's everything else.
I still don't know what they are.
No, exactly.
I still don't know what Veil Jumpers are.
Yeah, and I'm still like, right, could they still be tied to the Executors then? Because Strife has an Executor symbol on his concept art piece.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's that whole thing too.
So, yeah. Okay. So I've been seeing in my comments, well, clearly they're not the Executors anymore. I'm like, okay, doesn't mean that Strife isn't an Executor just because he's now a Veil Jumper. It doesn't disclude any theories, but equally.
Or I was gonna say, is he just like he's like an undercover operative, but he has his own faction.
Yeah, or he could be an outlier. You know what I mean? Like there are so many things that weren't.
One of the first things that stood out to me is that because I was fairly certain that he didn't have Valesline into Winter Nights, and then he shows up in the comic with Valesline, which he could have gotten like between the events of the comic and the Winter Nights.
Yeah,
okay, but I was so surprised to see him with Valesline.
Yeah, he did join the Morlin clan post.
He did
post Winter Nights, so maybe that's it. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, the Shadow Dragons does sound like a very
yeah, I don't like the name.
Not juvenile, but yeah,
I don't like
it's very bland.
It's boring. The Shadow, like you think of Dragon Age titles, you got cool ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
the Venatori, the Grey Wardens are cool. You know what I mean? And the Shadow Dragons, it just seems a little bit.
I don't mind Veil Jumpers if it actually shows them like in game, like maybe not on the level of the Inquisitor during the attack on the Warden Fortress, but like being able to like go through the Veil like constantly like fade stepping and stuff like that. Like if it actually contributes to what they do, then the name's probably a lot better. But if it's just we're Veil Jumpers, we're just a bunch of elves in the forest.
Yeah, I feel like they just called themselves that. When I read it in the like the preview of the comic, the Veil Jumpers, blah blah blah. I thought it was like a special ability they had.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be something like that.
Me too. Yeah, because they're the ones who can. Yeah, I thought the exact same. Yeah.
So, or like maybe an organization, but as
hence why they could have that bow. Yeah.
Yeah, but we've met 2 of them now, and I don't know if there are more. I don't think they have special abilities. I think they just called themselves this.
I mean, if it's based on what they did in the forest, does that mean Harding and Varric are now Veil Jumpers?
Exactly.
Yeah, it just because that doesn't really make them special, because everybody can do it. Like if you're in the Arlington Forest.
The Inquisitor should be a Veil Jumper.
That's why though. Like
it sounds like something from a.
If we assume that the Veil, no, it's okay. If we assume that the Veil Jumpers are the ones with the bow in the 2020 Game Awards trailer, where they have that bow with its veil features, which makes sense.
Yeah, like
yes.
What is that then? Is that just veil? Is that just magic? Is it just a magic bow that anybody can use? What sets them apart? Because I assumed that was executors. Executors are mysterious, whatever. Therefore, they can have mysterious weapons for whatever reason. But if they're just Veil Jumpers and they're just ex-Dalish and current Dalish mages and hunters, Why do they have cool? Where did they get the bow from? What is it? Is it from materials from the Elephant Forest? Is it reliant on Elephant magic?
Is it ancient Elven?
Well, maybe it is ancient Elven
related.
because if the Elephant Forest is now like a world without the veil or whatever, it's twisted. Maybe that explains its magical properties because it has the full power to be just like it used to be. Maybe that's what they do. But anybody could do that now, really, because the world's going that way.
Yeah.
So what really sets them apart? It's like the Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout. They just use really cool stuff that was from the current world or the previous world, and that's what that's their faction. They have cool power armor and miniguns, and they preserve technology from the past.
Babbling also brings up a good point of that. Tevinter really likes having artifacts that can destroy their own country. Like they have the Crutches Stone, they have the Absolution one. Like, are we sure Hera really needed to join the Inquisition? Like, there were so many things she could have done to destroy Tevinter.
They also have a demon beneath Manrathus as well.
Yeah, they do too. Yeah, true. Also, why I had to laugh earlier, Skyzor by Limit says it sounds like something from a preteen fanfic. The names.
It does, Shadow Dragon.
Yeah,
it does.
It kind of like Shadow Dragon. Like, I don't mind Veil Jumpers, but
Veil
Shadow Dragons was like
Dragon Age, Legacy of the Shadow Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Rage Shadow Dragons. Wait, what?
Yeah, are you sick of waiting for Dragon Age to come out? Go play Raid Shadow Legends. There are elves and dwarves there. There's no Qunari, but there are some really sexy trolls not wearing any clothes. I'm not gonna lie, if I ever get approached for like an advertisement, I've thought this out of like how I just dunk on Dragon Age the whole time talking about you want solace? Look at this elf. Go romance this elf in Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh god, yeah.
If I ever get to the point where I actually get advertisements, I'm gonna send them the worst stuff and just see what gets approved.
So when we get back, does anyone fancy a drink at the tavern? That's what
I either get to have fun with the advertisements or I don't get paid. There's no in between.
I agree, to be honest, yeah. Yeah, the Crucius Stone, we talked about it earlier, like, what is it? What the fuck is the Crucius Stone? We don't know anything about it.
Yeah. That's the thing I at least
Just
want to know.
another thing that Solus needs.
At least
is
we
it
know
Harry
the Red
Potter Philosopher's Stone?
Literally.
Is it a Full Metal Alchemist Philosopher's Stone?
At least with the Red Lyrium Idol. At least with the Red Lyrium Idol, we know Red Lyrium can weaken the veil. At least there's that. At least we know what it does.
I don't think anyone
we've
really
seen
cares for Raid Shadow Legends. So.
But
no.
with this, we don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really cares about Raid Shadow Legends. I think it's just a meme for how many people get advertised for it. Like, I remember playing it way back when just because I was curious about what it is, and it's just a very generic mobile, like, turn-based game. I don't get why they keep paying people to talk about it.
When are we getting the Dragon Age mobile game tie-in?
we did have one, it got cancelled.
Yeah,
we had Heroes.
Heroes with Dragon Age?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Dragon Age Heroes, yeah.
The only thing I do with Dragon Age Heroes is steal concept art so I can trace it and put it in my thumbnail.
Yeah.
Oh, I need a really good shade demon. Oh, thanks, Dragon Age Heroes.
Brilliant.
I've never played you.
I love the Blackwall as Santa in that. Have you seen it?
Wait, Blackwall as Santa?
They gave Blackwall as Santa for a seasonal event.
They had elves as elves.
They had Sarah as as like an actual Christmas elf. What do you call it?
Oh my, she would definitely hate that.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure she would hate that.
Oh yeah, you hear. It was funny.
I think she'd more want her Qunari lover to dress up as an elf.
I love what Chamberlain said. It would be funny if part of the Shadow Dragon origin is just trying to change the name and it ends with the PC leaving because they failed. Come up with a new name for the Shadow Dragons. Man. See,
I can't wait for this age to end so we can get the Shadow Age.
I genuinely thought that she was going to introduce them to the Tevinter Sicari, which is a really cool name for Tevinter spies. But no, we've got the Shadow Dragons, which is fine. But
yeah.
I do wonder if they're related to the Viper in that Manrathus Shadow story that I touched on in my video. It'd be really cool if they are.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Probably.
I think that's another problem with like short stories, comics, and all these like cinematic trailers, but not a lot of details. Is that until the game comes out, we don't know what is actually going to be important.
We don't know shit.
Focus on with all these factions and characters.
So we're calling the Veil Jumpers the executives for now because we don't friggin' know.
I think Tevinter Knights did a very good job at setting things up though. Like the comic, The Missing is supposed to tie in like directly into Dreadwolf, but I think Tevinter Knights did a way better job at that.
Oh yeah, it did. Oh, Shower Tall got me. It did. It was fantastic. It was a brilliant book.
Especially with it ending with Dreadwolf Take You.
Yeah.
I think I've asked this before, but favorites of Into Night's stories, because Horrors of Hallmark, I just want that to be like the tone of the next game.
So I think I don't remember where I got this from, but I think like the BioWare developers, was it Mark Dar? I don't know. Someone shared it. They wanted to move away from dark fantasy, but I've read it somewhere. I don't remember where.
I've definitely seen that. I don't know who. I have seen that remark before, but they say that, but then they release Horror of Hallmark, and it's like, yeah, you want to get it. Like, I have seen that before.
Yeah.
I've definitely.
Have you played the first 2 Dragon Age games? Like moving away from dark fantasy kind of bits in the face of like a lot of your lore.
I remember why they said that though. It was because I can't remember, but yeah.
I do agree. Some things, especially Dragon Age Origins, are really dark, like unnecessarily dark.
Well, Dragon Age 2 and your mom, bloody hell.
Yeah, that is also very, very fucking dark.
Yeah, your mother.
I don't.
Sorry, brood mother, your mother. Okay, we're just gonna stay away from mothers, and we can keep the dark fantasy.
See, that is because those are very dark things on like a personal level. They could like someone could relate to that, but like it could also like in a negative way like affect someone negatively, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like Horror of Hallmark is just fantasy horror dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I feel like that is maybe
like,
the way.
Dark fantasy mixed with horror is good. Just like not cruel dark fantasy, like the female elven origin.
Exactly. Yeah, I think
that's not really dark fantasy. That's more. That just feels like more mean.
That is just
like,
that is just dark, and like things like that happen in real life. And I think that is more. When they say they're moving away from dark fantasy, I think that is what they mean.
Yeah. Keep dark tones and like horror themes. Don't go to this like things that is kind of gross or like unnecessary.
Because
like,
I love Horror of Hallmark.
The Darkspawn, demons, deep roads, all the messed up stuff that happens down there, minus the Broodmother. Keep all that. That's all great.
Yeah.
But I love what they did with Horror of Hallmark. That was great.
It was brilliant.
I want to say. I think that is one of my favorites of Winter Night stories, apart from Dreadwolf Take You, of course.
But, yeah, if we don't count
that one doesn't count.
I really liked 8 Little Talons. I loved the crow stuff going on. I loved the whole betrayal thing, but the romance between Viago and Tia was brilliant.
Yeah, that's too. Yeah, I need to reread it.
Down Among the Dead Men too. I really like that one as well, with Audric Philhassan.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also Look in the Gardens with Holix. I like the murder mystery. I like the monster hunt with Dorian and Maeve. It was just fun. But I would
hard
say
to choose a favorite, really.
Half Up Front is probably my favourite besides that one, because I liked the Solas narrative, the Ben Hasraf Kunari plotline, the 2 characters.
Yeah,
I can't remember their names. I can't remember their names.
I don't know if you'll miss any context by not reading Horrors of Hallmark, because we don't even know if it's going to come into play. I'm down, by the way.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's just a very good story on its own, and definitely feels like a lot of like older Dragon Age stuff, and just sitting on like the whole theme of that and everything. They should really make like just like a regular like first-person horror game, just like you're a regular citizen trapped in the deep roads somewhere.
It could be a nice dungeon crawler DLC. I really liked Callback as well, because it gives.
Yes.
It's a nice send-off for Skyhold, and it also gives some insight into how Solus felt.
Oh shit.
The demon
or
at the
feels,
end.
rather.
The regret. There was a regret. Yeah.
Regret demon. I want to see that in game. I'm down, by the way.
Yeah, you're both
oh
down.
Shit, Lambo, you're up.
Yeah. It's not my favorite one, but Brother Genevieve dies in the end was also pretty good.
Yeah.
That was also great.
It's not a little bit spoilery for obvious reasons. Just flipping the page, seeing that, and it's like, oh, I wonder what this story is going to be about.
Yeah, they were all.
I also liked Wigmaker. I don't remember much of that, but I remember the story basically confirming that the artifacts that you activated actually do strengthen the veil. Because there was one in Wigmaker, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I can't remember.
I've got.
Yeah, I think it got because I think it got destroyed, and that's when like the I think it was something with the Terry and the Veil ripped open even more. I don't know. It was something that had to do with the artifact.
Yeah, it mentioned something.
I'm gonna grab a drink.
No worries. I'm gonna open a requisitions pack.
I'll just be right back.
No worries. Yep. Oh, I got armor for the dwarf character. Anything else? Ring of Life Drain. I don't really need that. Heal on kill, actually. Maybe I will use that. Longbow of Grief. That doesn't sound too good. Raiders? No. No. Yes, salvage those items.
Yeah. Like, I think we just need, like, either a trailer or let them do something with Dragon Age Keep, or even just a blog post where they just outright say it. We just need to know what we should be focusing on rather than just all these expanding bits of lore. Like, what is going to be really important going? Just confirm, hey, we're going to have Origins. The four like factions introduced in the missing are going to be your Origins. There. Let us focus on that. We know what's important.
Yeah, because we don't. There's so many things that equally can be important and are important right now in the lore, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but what? Like, there's so many things we could focus on. I spent ages last year talking about the executors, when really they might not even be in the game. We don't even know now with the veil jumpers. Well, you know what I mean?
I was gonna say, like, okay, yeah, they're just like, look, the executor symbol that we all know of, and that very small hint we have an Inquisition, and like, they're into Knights too. This could be something big, and now it's just like we haven't heard shit.
And now we've got the Veil Jumpers, this new faction that Strife is a part of. Okay, so what's going down? How do I upgrade this?
I just want. We still don't even know what's happening in Weishaupt. Besides the tease we saw, where it looks like the fucking veil's been torn open near it or something like that, or whatever's happening there, but that's still alpha footage, so. And just people going over the alpha in general. I only watched your video because when I was doing my my last video and I mentioned it very quickly that I wasn't going to cover the
leak,
the things. I just typed in Dragon Age Alpha leak, and besides yours, every video was bad leak, bad thing. Like,
really?
I don't wanna...
Oh, really?
Hello.
Hello.
I'll see if I can find it because.
Oh wow. No, I mean I don't need to see it.
Oh no, I'm just going to my video to find the frame that I used.
Didn't realize it was that.
What did I miss?
Received.
I'm just talking about how when like we don't know what's happening at Weishaupt, and how after the leaks came out, how I wasn't going to cover them. I looked up video and it's just like, the Dragon Age Dreadwolf bad leak situation. This Dragon Age Dreadwolf leak is insane for the game. Dragon Age major leaks. Internet is conflicted. Grey Warden playable character all but confirmed. Bad leak. BioWare shocking news. Massive bad leak. Like, so many things.
Flipping heck. Quite negative response all around then.
Yeah, and then there's yours. Just, your video was just there, just like, hey, we have leaks, and just nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, good. This is something that won't just make me feel sad.
Leaks are never really good, but then what we saw, I think it's mainly to do with the gameplay that people are not really happy with them moving away from tactical.
Yeah, which is understandable.
And the fact that
well, it's like it's still alpha. Like they mentioned that like, in this alpha you couldn't change between people, but that's like. They're still making the game. They might just be making sure everything's ironed out before they give you that power.
Yeah, but I think it's what the person that made the Reddit post. It was Reddit, right? Yeah. Who made the post said that what they think. Obviously, no one really knows, but they said that it was most likely we were not going to be able to play companions.
Yeah, which is understandable. Why people get annoyed, but also. It's alpha. We don't know. The person who said that also doesn't know. Yeah. So people getting really upset about it is a bit like, well, it's a leak. It doesn't say it.
Yeah. It's a leak. Yeah, we don't know shit.
That's what I'm saying. Is that it might be something they implement after everything is ironed out.
For sure.
And in regards to the gameplay, like the leak was like a warrior with a sword and shield, and they had such fluid movement. I was happy for that.
I think it looked really good. Yeah, I think it looked good.
I didn't like Inquisition's war, like sword and shield, where you were just kind of sitting there stabbing forward all the time. Like I like the fluid jumping off of characters moving around and stuff.
And there'll be a reason why. There's always a reason why they're doing that for us. They'll be doing, if that's the case and the leak is true, there'll be a reason why they've done it. It won't just be to remove a favourite fan feature. There'll be some reason, and that's why I trust in the process. But ultimately, we don't know. It's like the GTA 6 thing that happened last year, which was stupid.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
game
that was
leaked.
exciting. Yeah.
It's been in development
the-
for like a year or two, and everybody's so annoyed.
It's like, wow, the game
it's
looks
like-
so bad. It's like, dude,
it's-
come on.
It's barely.
This wasn't even meant for our eyes. Like,
It's,
come on.
Yeah, it's barely like in development. The game's not coming out
It's
for
not even a
ages.
game yet.
Might come out in
Yeah.
2025, maybe, but like, yeah. Obviously, it was a little bit long. Obviously, Dragon Age's been in long development for that, but been in development longer than that. But it's an alpha build. It's not supposed to be seen by the public eye. It's supposed to be seen by testers. So, yeah. It's yeah. And I mean, you know, I'm calling myself out there too because I've made plenty of videos dissecting that leak and going, well, if this is true, it means that maybe origin stories could be confirmed. Also, there's no player thingy. But then again, I'm coming at that from a subjective point of view of we don't know if it's, again, reminding everybody.
To be honest,
don't think the worst.
See Awakening companions or characters from the Last Flight book. I don't think we'd be seeing characters from the Last Flight. Aren't
I
they?
don't. No,
That takes place a while ago, doesn't
Hopefully
it?
the Griffin eggs.
Well, in part. So part of the story is a character in the
that's right,
present
yeah, no,
reading about what happened in the Fourth Flight. As for Awakening companions, I don't think we'll see companions, but maybe I'm hoping to see the Architect or any of the other old gods that are, not old gods, fucking the Magisters that are still alive.
Yeah, the 5 remaining.
Yeah, when we go to White's Help, we'll probably see characters from the Last Flight book.
Because-
Awakening, we'll
At
probably
least the Griffin
like,
eggs. We've got to see the Griffin eggs,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Awakening, like,
What was the
if
Grey
Anders
Warden
is still
called?
alive, there
What was
could
that
be
Grey
a
Warden called in
Easter
the
egg
book?
or something.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's been longer since I've read Last Flight than it
But,
has been to Vince.
I think the one in the Fourth Flight was called Isaiah, but I don't remember
That was it.
what the one that was reading about her was called.
No. Do you
well, let
think
me
they might
actually look
still
that up.
change the combat to make more tactical based? You know, sorry.
I think-
let me read that. Do you think they might still change the combat to more tactical based on the feedback of the leak? Potentially. Yeah.
I think they might, like, if they've actually removed being able to play as companions with all the pushback, I think they might re-add that or even add in, like, the being able to freeze and put tactical in.
Yeah.
But if that wasn't already in, they'll probably definitely add something of the nature, at least in,
think
like,
they'll-
accessibility features.
I think I mean, BioWare said themselves that they're taking our feedback as well as fans' feedback as well as developer feedback very well into regard for Dreadwolf's development. Hence why the single player was pivoted in the first place. But we don't know how much that extends, especially now in its alpha stage. So it really depends. Some people think more conspiratorially that BioWare did this leak themselves so they could get feedback on it. And then
I don't think so.
yeah, no,
I feel like they would have
don't.
just released an actual, like, gameplay trailer or, like,
Yeah,
demo or
I
something
don't-
if they wanted that.
That is very tinfoil. I don't think so.
I know.
Show it at its highest quality rather than, can you kick
Exactly.
this door down, Lisa?
And I'll unlock
Oh,
this
sorry.
one.
Why do I always keep missing those walls?
That's alright.
Didn't all the Griffin eggs hatch?
Also-
I don't think they did. I thought there was a few more eggs that didn't hatch, at least 7, at the end of
I don't remember.
the last flight, and they kept, and then the main character found them, and that was
Yeah,
the
we
final
definitely
been a
had some
while.
hope that Griffins could
There,
return.
yeah, there was hope that there was.
Also,
there was Griffin eggs.
The character's name is Volya or Velia, the one
thank
in
you.
the present.
Brilliant.
That's right. I only remember that because every time I tried to say their name out loud, I kept saying voila.
What? La?
Voila! I have the Griffin eggs.
Voila.
Is she Orlesian? What?
I don't know what's wrong with my brain. Okay.
Luke
But,
says the reboot to make it more like Anthem probably took away a lot of traditional Dragon Age features. Definitely true. Then they might not have started adding stuff back in, but also not be possible. Actually, I didn't even think about that myself. But that's a brilliant idea. The fact that it was built on Anthem's code base, built on Anthem's version of the Frostbite engine, whatever. Definitely more action based in that regard. Yeah. The fact is, the thing is, the game was going to be multiplayer, and then it's now been changed to a single player game, so it needs to accommodate that. So it doesn't mean that we can't play as our party. It means that it might be a feature that's going to be added, but equally it might not be added because of that. So it's it's double-edged sword.
The only thing that I wasn't a fan of is that you're maybe, of course we don't know for sure, you're maybe not able to pause the game, and that you have only 2 companions at a time. Because I feel like the 3 companions is just very Dragon Age. 2 companions is Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And 3 is Dragon Age to me.
Yeah. That could have just been, though, an origin story mission, though.
Have...
It could have just been a starter mission where you just get 2 companions at the start. It could have just totally been.
That might be like the Grey Warden origin.
Yeah.
Because 3 companions... 2 companions make sense for Mass Effect when all 3 of you are ranged and can shoot from afar. But in Dragon Age, when you need like a front line, a DPS, a mage, and a utility,
absolutely,
and stuff like that. Over here, Jack.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Golden Nug.
Golden
Nug.
Vinny,
oh my
Vinny,
God,
no.
he's running. He's running backwards. What is he doing? He's running backwards. Oh, Vinny.
He got crushed by an ogre just to become a little loot goblin.
Yeah,
maybe Vinny was a Golden Nug.
And maybe he's come back as one in his new life.
For all the lore. Wait till the one shot. For all the lore confusion and massive amount of factions, for all the weird news, delays, trailers that don't really make much sense, I'm still so excited for Dreadwolf, and we still have all the good news.
Oh yeah.
You know, it being changed back to single player was massive.
It was huge.
All the little hints and stuff we're getting are great. Mark Barrow going back as like a technical advisor, or not technical advisor, sorry,
consultant.
What was it?
Consultant, yeah.
Consultant, that's it. Yeah.
Right now, I am more focused on Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
But the moment an actual like trailer of Dreadwolf comes out, I will scream.
Oh yeah. I think at the moment it's a good time to be a Dragon Age fan with them missing, despite everybody's kind of opinion on it. At least it is some content at the moment, and while a lot of it is kind of like, it's meh, it's something.
As unnecessary as it was, it's still welcome.
It's still something, and it gives us all a reason to talk about Dragon Age and think more about it. I'm in the same mindset. We've been
talking about it for like 2 hours.
Oh, literally. I'm in the same mindset as Lisa, though, whereas my next big thing is Baldur's Gate. But also, Absolution, I've finally made a video on that, and honestly, that for me is a breath of fresh air, because I really enjoyed that show. I just hope we get a season 2.
Cassia did nothing wrong.
I agree, yes.
I
really enjoyed it.
Favorite character.
I just want more of it, you know?
Yeah,
me too.
My Absolution video is just on backburn while I work on the next one shot.
I'll explain this to everybody who's joined the stream now, but for me, it's taken me so long, just because I had a checklist of videos I wanted to do before I got to it, and I got hacked in January when it was like the hot time to talk about it, and I just went from there. It's to Baldur's Gate videos, to other things I want to cover, to the consultancy news, to leaks, and now I've finally had the chance to sit down, think about the show, and research and get into it, and now I've finally got a video coming out on it today or tomorrow, depends if I get the time to upload today. But yeah, like I really enjoyed it.
What are the odds of Dreadwolf having retcons? I mean, every Dragon Age game has had retcons in some regard, so
yeah.
I feel like they're gonna have to, because
it's
very hard
retcons
to.
As well. Yeah.
I mean, the main retcon that always stands out in my mind, because it's always funny, is that the taint doesn't exist. We don't talk about the taint anymore.
Yeah, it's the Darkspawn corruption. I don't know what
everything is the blight, the infection, the corruption, the time that the Darkspawn will rise up out of the deep roads. Everything is the blight. We don't talk about taints anymore.
The thing is, like, that is really something in the fandom, I think, because the first time maybe because I'm not, like, my native language is not English, so maybe that's why. But the first time I played Origins, I was like, oh, okay, that's, and now that I like know what it also means, every time I play Origins and I go to the joining scene, I just giggle.
Duncan, you're doing what with my taint?
Yeah.
Help! I'm killing our can hurt. Help!
We found a loot area.
Help!
Where? Okay.
Run our way! I do like how
look.
they handled the Origins retcons by saying that they were all rumors, because it really fits.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Really makes sense.
Some retcons are nice when they actually explain it as like gaps in the lore, like the Valisleen being like slave
Yeah.
marks as opposed to
Yeah.
honoring their gods. Like that's technically a retcon, but it works because it's like lore we didn't know.
We didn't know
Yeah,
at the
and
time.
most people like
That's what it'll
the
be.
Danish are.
It's like with the Codicy we got last year. It was like it was about the mortality and what all the expectations.
That was really good.
And it was like, actually, no, that's Brevigena TV's perception of us, a Southerner or a Fereldoner. Like, actually, we're more like this, which I appreciate because it's a law-friendly way to not retcon things. It's just a different context, a different perspective, which is cool.
Yep.
And I love that stuff. It's like our
Bloody
previous
Ferelden's
perception of
messing up our
something
lore.
is different because obviously we haven't been to Navarre, so we don't know what they're actually like. We just heard from a Ferelden where the past games have been set for 2 games, so no wonder we have that. So I love that. That's really cool.
Yeah,
There's no such thing as retcons. There's just ignorant dog lords.
Yep.
We don't call them retcons. We call them ignorant dog lords now.
Oh, I love that.
Ferelden's ruining the lore.
Those ignorant dog lords.
Dwarves don't eat nugs. That's just something Fereldens say.
Incredible.
Okay.
That's a lot of paintings. Damn.
Oh yeah, that is a lot of pins.
Incredible.
I rated. Oh no, it's Samson.
Uh-oh. Do you think, Palpad100 asks, do you think Dreadwolf will have Mass Effect 3 consequences? The actions from the previous 3 games will affect the outcomes of various missions in the game?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Dragon Age
I
Keep
hope
wouldn't
so.
exist if that wasn't the case.
Like the
Because you
Divine.
can make
I hope
Inquisition,
so.
you can make Inquisition's choices in Dragon Age Keep after it came out, alluding to the fact that you're going to need to keep using that, and if you want to, you want to make a big world-changing decision in Inquisition and import it to Dragon Age Dreadwolf, you can just use Keep, as well as not having to play through all 3 games.
Yeah, I agree. Even just the Divine. And then the Inquisitor,
Yeah.
even though we're not playing as them, their approach to how they want to deal with Solas has to have some consequence.
Yeah, the Divine, most likely. Probably also what you did with Orlais and the Empress. Maybe they won't have like major implications, but I'm sure it'll be mentioned. Like,
I feel like when it comes to the Divine, the major decision is going to be either Vivienne or not Vivienne. Like between Cassandra and Liliana will probably be very minor differences, but putting a mage as Divine is probably going to be the big one, especially if Winter Vinter learns about it.
No casualties.
When was the last time they updated Dragon Age Keep? The last time they did like a major update was after Jaws of Hakon, I think, is when you could actually like make your Inquisition choices in Dragon Age Keep. Besides that, it's just been like bug fixes. They haven't really like put any hints or new choices in, I don't think. Besides when the other DLC came out for like our Trespasser and oh god, Titan DLC.
the Descent?
Thank you. I kept thinking Heart of Stone, that's The Witcher.
Oh yeah, brilliant DLC.
Oh man.
Shall we do one
I do
more
think
on
if
a
we're
harder
gonna-
difficulty?
Yeah, I'm happy
What?
to try.
Sorry?
Should we do one more match on a harder
harder.
difficulty?
Of course. Yeah, sure. I feel like if we are going to see Dorian again, I feel like the Dorian and Bull romance should be in the Dragon Age Keep, whether you did that or not.
Yeah.
Iron Bull should show up, kicking the shit out of someone that, like an assassin that's about to kill Dorian, and then kiss him right in front of everyone.
Yeah. Like,
Just-
I'm kind of sad that isn't in the Dragon Age Keep. I think it should be.
What difficulty should we do?
Just
Oh, I
run up.
changed it already. I just did it on. Oh wait, did it not save? Hold on. It's gonna be threatening now.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about Inquisition and Absolution, but BioWare making gay characters absolutely kick it out of the park.
Oh yeah, the Absolution characters were great. I
They were
love them.
brilliant. It was so good. Justice for Fairbanks. Justice for my boy.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Fairbanks,
wow,
yeah.
wow, what the hell? He's betrayed? Oh, he didn't betray us.
Yeah.
He was the betrayer? What? Oh.
Also, man, after Trespasser, he really got some confidence.
And a wife. Did he have a wife before? I think he did. I can't remember.
I think it was hinted.
Yeah, hinted at with his whenever you go talk to his group that he had feelings for someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Out of everyone there, he didn't appear for as long as other characters, but I just can't stop like loving Tassia on that show.
Oh, she's brilliant. No, she was brilliant.
She did nothing wrong.
She's the only character that did absolutely nothing wrong. She was a nice Templar. She just wanted no one to get hurt.
She was brilliant.
I feel like they did set her up for what. I feel like maybe I'm getting this wrong, but I feel like they did set her up to be an antagonist in a second season.
Yeah, no,
because of the way she
for sure.
The way she looks like into the camera and she stares off into the distance with this angry look on her face, and because Miriam is the one that killed fuck, I can't remember his name.
Rosarin.
Well, I mean,
the dudes.
From her perspective, if it wasn't for them coming, he never would have turned to blood magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
so I feel like
not
she's
that
going
quick.
to want revenge.
Yeah, no, she'll probably be an antagonist, but I feel like she'll eventually end up, maybe not befriending them, but helping them. Especially when she finds out what the hell Meredith is.
No rogue.
Yeah.
This is just like that gig I played in Leeds. Except I'm
Also,
by the way, Fairbanks was voiced by Matt Mercer. Yeah, he did a really good job.
Also,
sorry, Lambo, go ahead.
Do we think Meredith is going to be like a red Lyrium Titan, similar to like the Templars, or do we think she's just going to be just a stone that
That's
can't
the thing.
do anything?
Well, why does she want to circle him? What is she going to do with it?
Yeah, that is what I wondered as well. Would
she
she
can
like
bring-
want to restore her own body,
Yeah.
I imagine
or
so,
her
yeah.
own like herself?
That's what exactly.
She just wakes up in the Black Emporium, like, what the hell is my
Yeah.
body doing here?
Yeah.
And also, like after she did that, whatever she wants to do with it, like what's she gonna do with Hera? Because she's a mage
It's
from
the
the
mage.
Winter. Like
Exactly.
Meredith hates mages.
Exactly. I mentioned that in my video
like
as well.
as soon as she's done with her.
Yeah. Like, what is the Unless it's out of some self-preservation or whatever.
Or she might make her tranquil.
Oh.
Or that, yeah, that could be a possibility. I did like. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry, this is just kind of going off of Absolution now, but just can we see a mage go through the Seeker ritual that like restores you from being tranquil? I want to see what happens when a mage gets Seeker power.
Let's see, Felasan. Do it.
God, I would love to see him in game.
Yeah, surely we are. Surely.
I hope so. I don't know if we are, but
Try to
hope so.
resurrect Andraste.
Oh yes.
Yep. I mean, we know where her ashes are, so.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh. Could it be a spirit pretending to be Meredith? I don't think it would be.
Oh, Golden Nug.
Unless she's fully just like turned into a demon of rage or something, but I don't think it would be a spirit pretending to be her. I think it's just because of Red Lyrium and like thinning the veil, she might, because we don't know if she ever actually died. She just turned into a statue, so she might have still been in there, and maybe the veil being thin enough allows her to project her voice.
Yeah, but what actually happened? Because I remember there being a few retcons with what happened with her body.
Yeah,
even her sword.
Yeah.
Even the Inquisitor gets her sword, but then, like how did that happen? But then she has it.
Samson has her sword, and the Inquisitor gets it.
Yeah, again, that's it. Yeah.
But it doesn't have the red lyrium in it, but it's still.
Yeah, it's a replica of her sword, isn't it?
I don't know,
it's something like that. It is.
Also, where is she now? Because I don't think she is in the gallows in Absolution.
No.
Nah, she's probably like under dark.
I assumed Kirkwall somewhere underneath. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Kirkwall because the architecture looks like Kirkwall, but we don't know where.
No.
It could be in the deep roads.
But didn't she say at the end, "I will have my war"?
Yes, she did. Yeah.
Is she going after Tevinter Imperium this time around? Probably. I mean, that's the best place.
Probably, yeah.
If you want to wage war against mages.
Very spiteful against Varric.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Or a hawk.
My city.
Or all of them.
Hawk's either in the Vale or in on the Enderfell, so I don't think she's going to be able to get much revenge against him right now. Him. God, I keep saying him because it's my canon. Probably want to do a... Has anyone done a video of like the well, not canon, but like the default world of Dragon Age, like the
People have asked me to do a video on that for a while.
I know on Dragon Age 2, when you like try and import, the default is that you're a human noble who puts his friend on the throne, so makes Alistar king. I've never played. I think in Inquisition, Hawk defaults to a male warrior.
I don't know.
If you just do like default champion without importing anything from Dragon Age Keep, and I
know the Hawk is a mage.
Paramount...
I think the Hawk is a mage, right, in the default.
I think in Dragon Age 2 he's in default, but when you play Inquisition, you just say default champion or Kirkwall. For me, you showed up as a champion warrior when I tried doing like a random world.
Oh.
Somebody
what the
asked,
fuck, you are a guitar mage.
Yeah, I'm a bard. I'm a bard.
Also, they never
I'm Zither from the Trespasser DLC.
Similar to how you can also play as a female Kunari Cerebas and have some really cool powers that never showed up in a single player as well.
Yeah, I am. Even though Bard is traditionally a role class in Dragon Age, like in terms of its class system, obviously Bards in Dragon Age as a societal thing are just people from all spies from Orlais, just spies from Orlais.
Yeah.
So he's a mage bard, and I did it in my D&D as well. I played as a mage, bard. And it's just because it suits the Dragon Age lore. But yeah, he's the best class. He has a combination of spells.
Concept too.
It's so good. But like this spell makes it all run faster. This spell makes us all heal
I was referring to when Guitar Hero came out.
This spell is just a fire spell, and this is an ice spell. It has so many, and you have to cast relevant button combinations to cast them. It's brilliant. I have one that gives everybody barrier. Yeah, he's just the best. He's so fun. BioWare spent so much time creating this character, and I love him. He's brilliant.
I feel like making a video on that now, trying to see like all the default choices are, but at the same time, at the very start of it, basically have to say none of this is actually canon, because the comics make Alistar king, but at the same time, he's also not king, because he could be a warden and or dead, so none of this actually matters. And if we're going off of default choices being canon, the world is gonna suck.
There's a wall here. Oh, yeah, I don't really like the default choice. I don't know. Maybe it's just because like I like my character so much.
Yeah, that's why I haven't thought to do a video either, because I prefer my own canon, and I assume that's the case for everybody else, but obviously it's not.
Yeah.
That's why I try, because the video I am still working on is a Dragon Age Origins recap, and in that video I'm trying to like name every single like consequence of the big main choices. Like, you know, this you can do this with Connor, you can kill him, or you can do the ritual with blood magic, blah blah blah. And I also make sure to like I keep calling the warden they. Like most of the footage is of like my warden character, so they're all female, but like I try to make it like neutral so that it could be applied to someone else's canon.
Man, I really miss Dragon Age Origins Dark Fantasy when you could just kill a child instead of doing a quest.
Go to the Circle of Magi. I don't feel like doing that.
We need you to go to the Circle of Magi, or I could just kill the kid.
Yes, goodbye, Connor. Poor Connor. He just tried to save his father.
And
I do actually like that he shows up in Inquisition if he lives.
Me too.
Yeah, you go to him and he's just like, I don't want to be here, man.
And you can say to him, I'm surprised you're not dragged here in chains. Like, why are you back here? And then Varric and I am always like that.
Yeah, I think Sarah hates him in general. Like, it doesn't matter what you say to him, she just doesn't like conversing with him.
Sarah is afraid of magic, so she
Hey, this guy used to be possessed. Oh, okay.
Oh, brilliant.
The BioWare game canon and the book comic canons are separate,
Yeah. Everyone has their own canon, but I think the book's events still happen, even if they don't happen the way that they're portrayed.
Yeah,
like,
well, like
King
Alistair, but obviously if it's just your warden, then it's obviously the King Warden.
Or either that or like Isabella and Varric just do it on their own. Sten is still the Arashock.
I don't remember who said it, but one of the developers said that the journey that Alistair made as king could have made that as a warden, so it applies to both King Alistair and Warden Alistair.
And if he said it's just Isabella and Varric with a mercenary or something, probably.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the
I'm done.
Oh, I'll get you. And the books and comics generally do a good job at keeping the canon vague. Like, they keep calling the Inquisitor just the Inquisitor or Hawk.
Unless you're playing Absolution, where they say Herald of Andraste, even though it's post-Trespasser, where they should be the Inquisitor.
Yeah, that was a little odd. But I think they do it like a pretty good job. I know there is some, especially in Dreadwolf Take You into Winter Nights, when Solus says, "Tell the Inquisitor I'm sorry." I guess you could imagine the way he says it, but I feel like he wouldn't really say that if they were rivals, if they hated each other.
Well, if they're rivals, he might just be like, "Tell them I'm sorry," like as a sorry that I'm gonna win.
Yeah,
That'll
maybe.
be the tone of his voice.
Because they did that with Blue Wraith, where it's like, "Why aren't you with the champion?" It's like some people you can't trust, and that can apply to even if your champion romanced Fenris, they still left and didn't tell him to go to the Inquisition so that he wouldn't die for them.
I remember
and it's like that's really fucked up for his. That's really fucked up for his past.
Yeah.
So that probably hurt him a lot.
I did think it was a little cold, but I get they can't really put too much. Yeah, I don't know how to say that. They can't really
hey Emily,
cater
it definitely
to like
will
every
be.
single.
Yeah. Well, like no matter what you do, it probably like. Especially with Fenris's past, everyone just splitting up probably does hurt him. If you romance him, your Inquisitor leaves and doesn't give him the choice to follow, which is messed up, especially if she doesn't come back. If you're just friends, everyone's splitting up, like you know, what happens after you split up? They might change their feelings towards Fenris, like things might change, he might lose trust. And if you're a rival, there's no explanation needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emily, the stream definitely will be saved for later on.
Fenris is a poor boy who just needs Autumn. He just needs Autumn. He doesn't need anyone else.
That is true.
I
could all
love
do
that
with
Fenris's voice actor actually voiced all that stuff out.
Yes!
That was great.
That was brilliant.
Come with you to kill the rest of these bros, but make 'em
That's the exact interaction we want as fans.
slow and make me on with you.
Let Autumn be in the next game and let us pet her in the hub.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's all about the journey and making a ton of coin.
Playing a little solo.
Don't worry, I'm on my way. Almost there. Hello.
Ha! They should be running scared.
Ooh. Don't we all Bioware babbling?
Similar to Dragon Age 1 and 2, if we get a Mabari companion, let us choose their fur color as opposed to just getting the tan one every time.
Yeah.
Let us recreate Autumn.
Yes. Dog customization. Mabari customization. We need a dog in the next game, but apparently dogs are Dreadwolf's kryptonite, so a dog would be just an I win button. Ha Yes.
Ha! I got a Mabari. Maybe
I have the ability to tear down the veil, and we have an Autumn.
Yeah.
Who barks and
Maybe
bites.
they'll give us another pet. Maybe they'll let us choose.
Plus, how great would that be for like Nunzio to like have his own dog be in the game?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Doing its own little barks. Autumn, bark.
hey, we want Autumn to be in the next game. Can your dog voice act? And we'll just shift the pitch.
I kind of want a cat. Like,
Tevinter does seem like a place that would
Yes,
favor cats.
it does.
yeah, Mr. Sir Pouncelot, so not Mr. Sir Pouncelot, but yeah.
Yeah, you put respect on his name. He is a sir. He earned that title.
Yeah, sorry, Sir Pouncelot, I'm sorry.
Would have already make
deserved
sense
it.
for a non-Ferelden. It would make sense. I mean, all Legions get them all the time just for the novelty. That's how Cullen gets his at the end of Trespasser, is that they just like them for the novelty and then get rid of them. So I can imagine that some smugglers or some Tevinter Magus or something would probably pay for an Abari just to, you know, have one.
We just get a pet nug.
Yes.
Or you can finally have Vinny.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Vinny. Vinny didn't get crushed by a massive ogre. Vinny lived a new life.
Exactly. I just went to the Tevinter.
If Vinny had survived, I was gonna like allude to him becoming the Nug King.
Oh.
He fled the blight and decided to hide in like a small deep roads canal that led down to a very strange place where you could constantly hear singing, and years later he'd meet Inquisitor and become the Nug King. But now he got crushed by an ogre in Lothering. For those who have no idea what we're talking about, it should be on Jack's channel. There was a stream we did where we made a Dragon Age D&D one-shot about other people surviving Ostagar. And one of those people was Lisa's character, a Dwarven Ranger, whose companion was a Nugna called Vinny.
Yep. He was the best Nug. The goodest Nug.
The goodest Nug you could have... Uh-oh. Demon Commander jumped at me. Thank you.
This demon is so creepy. I hate the model. It's so creepy. Oh my god, stop running away from me.
Yeah. Hey, sorry, we can't have Desire in the game anymore. She's too sexual. Here's Envy. They're not wearing any clothes. They're just all appendages.
Oh, I love that. Uh-oh. I cast the wrong spell. There we go. No.
I do want to see some new demons in Dreadwolf. I want to see the Regret demon, but also maybe like some new type of demon.
Uh-oh.
We had Sloth in Origins, but that was just an abomination model. I want to see like a proper Sloth, like unique model.
Well, you do have the Sloth Bear, as if you're a mage warden.
Yeah.
Also not very interesting.
Yeah, but I like a unique one, similar to, you know, like Fear and Envy got their own cool.
Even Memory in Absolution, obviously it was a wisdom demon or wisdom spirit, but it was still cool to see it as Memory. That was cool.
I want to see if I want to see all the different. Like I know they kind of alluded to that if a spirit goes against its nature, it transforms into a demon. I want to see if it's just very specific spirits, or if any spirit can go to any demon. Like, can wisdom only go to pride?
Yeah, no, I think definitely can.
Yeah, that's a good...
And a spirit's purpose can definitely be twisted as opposed to it just wisdom becoming just pride. I think a wisdom spirit could, for example, become like envy.
Rage.
I think, rage. I think that definitely is the case.
Inquisition, Solus's friend was wisdom turned to pride when the mages thought that they could, like, paint it and force it to kill.
Yeah.
And that's when it became pride.
But in general, I think that is the case. Yeah.
I think that's just I can see a mage summoning it and forcing it to like learn new knowledge, and that could probably become envy or something like that.
I think for that particular quest, it was just a play on of Solas, obviously being wisdom/pride. But I think in general, it is a case.
I think so too.
They can.
That probably did hurt him a little bit more, actually, seeing his friend turn to pride.
Yeah, bit ironic. I think we should call it there for matches because we've just gone on for 2 hours. If that is cool.
Yeah, sure.
Use 2. Cool.
Yep,
of course.
I just unlocked the Qatari character, the melee Kunari.
Oh, he's brilliant. Let me have a look at him.
Well, if we want, I'll...
Qatari.
Like, we won't play a full one, but load into a game. We'll see what he looks like.
Oh, no, I see him on the... Yeah, may as well. Let me play as Isabella, because... But we can talk about upcoming projects, I suppose. Has anybody got anything upcoming in the works?
Obviously, I've got the Dragon Age 2 one-shot. That'll be at the beginning of July. Just another D&D one. It'll be streamed on Jackdaw's channel, just like the last one, which you can find on his channel, Lost Legends of Lothering. I'll have an Absolution video out at some point in the next 2 months.
Same. Well,
I'm focusing on the one-shot more right now, and that's it. The next one-shot will be free like the last one, so if you want to play it or take any of the maps, go for it.
Brilliant.
As for me, I'm still working on my Dragon Age Origins recap. I can tell you the video is going to be over an hour long.
Dragon Age movie.
So it's basically a movie. it's about I'd say 70% done. So I don't know. I'm hoping to finish it within the next 2 weeks or so. But yeah, that's coming. And apart from that, I'm not sure yet. I kind of want to make a video about the first Blight and its history.
Oh yeah.
I also want to make another Baldur's Gate 3 video. It's probably something about the companions, but I don't know what I'll do first.
Yeah.
I have to think about it.
What's the longest video? What's the longest video you've made, Lisa?
The longest video I've made so far is, apart from this one that I'm working on right now, it's the Warden's Origins, which is half an hour.
Oh, nice.
And I think, apart from that one, it's the Absolution video, which is like 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. Yeah.
My longest video is the companions one. It's like 14 minutes. Also, look at his face.
Let's have a look at. Oh yeah.
Oh,
wow. Oh wow.
Wait, is that? Oh, those are tattoos.
Yeah, it's the
What do you call it? The Vitish, whatever you call it.
The Vital.
The Vital.
I think that's the name of the toxic plants that they turn into ink.
He looks cool.
Oh.
What
Yeah, he does.
What ability? Oh, you got charge and bull. What else?
Charge and parry.
Parry.
That's all he starts with.
Hmm.
Why didn't we get armor like this for our Kunari? God damn.
I know, right? It looks very cool. I like it.
What's on his back? Oh, it's just a bunch of skulls, okay?
Yeah.
A bunch of skulls on my belt.
I like the shoulder pieces.
Ever fought a wyvern? I did once. Sold a head for good money, too.
It's got funny.
Sound like Hawk, just doing a weird accent.
You ever fought a wyvern?
I'm running.
Ever.
If you stay, I'll be sure to remember your heroic sacrifice.
What was the button to spam voice lines again? I forgot.
Right.
On keyboard.
Right, D-pad.
I'm playing with keyboard and mouse.
I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember.
Was it T?
Excellent.
No. R? No.
Is it? Oh.
U? I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember. It's something like that though.
Get back!
Ah,
Get back!
Whatever.
Time to go.
Fine work.
Everyone for themselves.
Excellent.
Time to go.
Excellent.
Time to go. Everyone for themselves.
Fall
I'm
back!
running. If you
Oh.
stay, I'll be sure
Bye.
to remember your heroic
I
sacrifice.
can't. No, they won't even let me.
You wanted to jump in? Oh.
Everyone for themselves.
Okay. Anyway, we will call it here. I currently have a Dragon Age Absolution video in the works. It is coming out maybe tonight. If I get the thumbnail done, probably will release it tonight. May as well. But yeah, check out that. It'll be out very, very soon. Check out Lisa and Lambo's channels in the descriptions down below. Please support them as they both continue to create fantastic Dragon Age content and join me on these streams. But yeah, folks, we will see you very soon. We plan on doing a Divinity stream very soon with Marshall. We're just in the kinks of working that out. But we'll be playing Divinity for a fun story playthrough with mods. Hopefully, if we can get them working. We were going to do that today, but it didn't work out because the mods were taking forever and couldn't find time for everybody. But we do plan on doing that at some point soon, so that'll be very, very fun. But yeah, keep an eye out on Lisa, Lambo, and my channel for more Dragon Age content, and we will see you next stream. I hope you all have a lovely afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are, and we'll see you next time.